Welcome to Dipito.
The Dipito Show. Let's go.
How you doing tonight, Simon?
I'm doing fantastically awesome. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. Had a few glitches with technology tonight.
It's the mirror. It's the stupid mirror.
That stupid mirror was that.
Stupid mirror button, man.
Figure out why. I'm like, why is everything backwards? This is not. It's
these moments that we have like in our crypto journey. Like we're all in on crypto, right? And then we have these stupid techie bumps in the road and you kind of freak out a little bit where you're like, for me, it's like, dude, I am into crypto. And how do you turn this around? This view that I'm looking at is still, oh, there it is. I got it. Click. Okay. I'm happy. I'm good. I'm happy.
I actually, yeah, it's funny. I just sent the link again to Brad. Oh, did I say that out loud? I resent the link to Brad. So he'll be coming on shortly. Want to welcome the 19 people.
Brad.
Well,
Brad,
Simon.
The Brad.
Yeah.
Garlinghouse?
The Brad. Not Brad Garlinghouse, but guys, tonight
someone far. This is not a shot about Mr. Garlinghouse. If it's not him, you're saying like this individual is far better than that individual on a personal level.
On a personal level, because we know him, we say he's far better. Because we know him. But tonight, guys, we're thrilled to have Brad Kimes join us tonight to talk about the XRP Las Vegas 2025 conference. And if you guys aren't familiar with him, Brad Kimes is a key influencer in the digital asset space. He's famous for his YouTube channel, Digital Perspectives. He's a musician, an entrepreneur, an investor, and a committed YouTuber who dives deep into the world of Ripple, XRP, and the wider cryptocurrency scene. His platform educates on everything from groundbreaking innovations to detailed market analysis, but always within the disclaimer that he's not giving financial advice, and we don't give financial advice here on Dipito Show either. And as many of you guys know, Brad is deeply involved in the XRP community. He hosts engaging discussions and he's leading events like the XRP Las Vegas conference. His insights are shared across YouTube, X, and other crypto news outlets, establishing him as a leading voice in the digital asset space. So, without further ado, let's give a warm welcome to Brad Kimes. And Brad, come on in.
Come on in.
Let's dip a toe. How are you this evening, Brad?
I'm doing great. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
we're good.
Perfectly.
Wonderful. So, first of all, thank you for having me, both of you. We talked about this in 24 at XRP Las Vegas.
We did.
I never forgot you, and I wanted to do it. I just thought, okay, we should do it around the conference when we get a little closer, start getting into the wind there. And I've been looking forward to it ever since. It was such a pleasure to meet you all, and thank you for having me here tonight. And thank you for that wonderful introduction. I could say, Brad and I share the name, but not the same portfolio.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, one day maybe we will have a little slice of the pie, and we can be up there in the ranks of Mr. Brad, XRP Ripple Brad, Garlinghouse. So, Brad, I'm so excited that you're finally here and to be able to have a discussion and share you with our Dipito audience, which there's 33 of you guys in the audience tonight. We thank you so much for coming. Becky Forbes is here, Independent Music Universe, our friend Niall, he's here, Northern Living, X-Peak Blinder, Lisa A. There's a whole bunch of you guys in here. We appreciate you coming every week. Brad, I've been following you. I was trying to revisit my memory of when I first came across your channel. And I want to say it was in like 2019 or so. Towards the beginning probably of your channel. And I think I really followed you in 2020 when things, really started getting going and I started understanding what XRP even was. But one of the cool things that I don't know that everybody knows, I mean, I was surprised a little while ago, is that you're a drummer. Yeah, and I remember when I found that out, I brought it on the Dip a Toe show, and I was so excited.
Yeah, nice.
Can you tell us a little bit about your drumming experience? I know people want to hear about the XRP conference, but that takes mad skill to be able to beat on those drums, and I'm just always admiring people that can do it. Tell us a little bit how long you've been drumming, and what have you done with it?
Well, thank you. Yeah, and I have an electronic kit here. Now, I have a whole recording studio downstairs in our home that's set up to do some proper recording, for real deal stuff. But this one just lets me sneak off if I got like 20 minutes in between making videos. I need to just get
that's your woosah. I'm good.
Yes, exactly.
Rhythm. I don't care what they said. I don't care. Right. I'm good here. Just with the
yes, that's exactly right. So it's exactly what it is. It just gives me a chance to I was there playing it today, just kind of just you got to get away from it just for a few minutes, and be able to do something else, get your mind off of things. But yeah, I've been playing for I guess north of 30 years now, and professionally my whole adult life. I've loved it, and the pandemic basically happened, and I've done everything from barroom gigs to working for a record label, working with multi-platinum producers, and doing weddings and corporate. You got to do it all. You're not going to do some of it.
Right.
You're going to end up doing all of it. Right. So I've had the pleasure, to be able to do that in my career and feel very fulfilled in that regard. And when the pandemic hit, I had a YouTube channel I was doing on the side just for a hobby because I liked investing, and I had really gotten excited about investing, and then certainly crypto when you find it, like most people. And then the pandemic happened, and in just 2 phone calls in the same day, I lost a year's worth of work because the entertainment industry was shut down first, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So it was just like that. And then what happened is that I had to reinvent myself in order to make a living. And I started doing in-home lessons with some of my students that could do it online. And then obviously turned into my channel at that time and doubled down on it. And it was with the guidance of, a couple of my dear friends, DAI, Mr. B, XRP, really helped shape me and get me in that direction, especially DAI, and help me really get serious because I was just doing it for a hobby before then.
Yeah.
And I knew I needed to really kind of okay, I need to kind of rebrand because I was Investment Perspectives early on, if you guys remember. And then I rebranded to the different format to Digital Perspectives. Right. And that's basically essentially why that happened, because I needed to reframe everything and get it to a better working place. Yeah.
Well, I have to tell you, the Digital Perspectives is a great name, and I've always been jealous since I first saw it. I'm like, that is a great name. I would have chosen that name myself. I'm like, that was great. How did he snag that name?
Yeah, well, thank you. I do appreciate that. I had Investment Perspectives, and I felt like that was more broad, right? Because, not speaking directly to the digital market. So then I just made the decision to put digital in place of it when I rebranded and then went with it. One of the things that, is like a staple to me and my channel is I love speculating about investments because I love to try to find early investments. And in particular, I like to try to find emerging sectors of the economy or things that are about to break open based on regulation or legislation. And when you can find those areas of investment, it's exciting to me because then you can start to drill down on, what is it inside of that particular sector that you're excited about, and then start looking at who are the ones that look like they might be the winners in that sector. And then that's how I obviously found Ripple and XRP, the asset.
Well, and you cover a wide variety of topics, and the one thing that I really liked about your channel when I started in Bitcoin, and so my whole people were all Bitcoiners, and then of course a little bit on the dipping my toe into the conspiracy side of things and the Q and whatever, and I found your channel to be a great marriage of both, because of the things that you would talk about early on, and you know, you were putting together some puzzle pieces for me, and I thought that was awesome. But I always wanted to say thank you, because you talked about things, even though you weren't like talking a lot about Bitcoin. You were the one that I heard about the Texas Blockchain Council, the very first conference that they ever had. And so for you guys that are out there listening, Brad has brought so many things to the table, to the forefront, for those that were giving it attention, of things that have come to be super big. You know, whether it's linked to, uphold the different things, the Texas Blockchain Council.
Mm-hmm.
I went to that first conference, the Texas Blockchain Council held. So yeah, I always wanted to give kudos to you for that, for being so well-rounded with the material that you cover.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Melissa. You know, it's hard, and honestly, it takes a village. And you know what? And we don't always get it right, you know, and I've had to go back and make retractions or whatever, or, you know, one of the things that I love to do is to speculate, right? Like, I love to speculate from what we know to where we could go. And sometimes that sets people crazy. There's some people that aren't built for that at all. They hate that I do that, and it's not a good fit for them, you know. And for me, it's just like, that's the excitement of being in a space that's early, right? And trying to speculate about where it could go, and who would the winner be, and how it would all work, you know, and why are they choosing to go this way? I absolutely love that.
You know, you talk about that, and in reality, what that is a thing that most of us don't do or can't do. And those of us, I would argue, in the digital asset space are learning how to do it. And that is, be a visionary. Look far down the road of it could happen. What does that look like? You know, and even for the individual, that can drive somebody mad crazy. You know, it can. But I like that too, because once you catch the ability to look down the road in that manner, and in excitement, as opposed to a fear based, you know, kind of thought process. Man, your outlook on life suddenly just it pivots real quick. And Brad, I too got to thank you for that, because you know, when I would listen to your show on the job site doing construction, right? And I was the only person on the job site. Doesn't matter what job site I went to. I was the crypto guy, or the magic internet money guy, you know, all that stuff, right? The normal names. And I would go to people, go, listen to this guy. Just listen to him. He sees what is possible, okay? But he's bringing it to the mainstream level. I mean, yeah, there might be some like hype there, but he's not going down the super shoulda, coulda, woulda road or anything like that. Just listen to him. And because of how you have done your show, how you continue to do your show, it is really, in my opinion, a baseline radio disc jockey, like a morning talk show, right?
Totally.
Real quick, positive energy. Look what happened. You know, I mean, there was at least one job site that I remember where probably for about a month straight, I had about 10 individuals on different floors going, "Come on in, you know,
come on in.
Oh, hey, what that?" They couldn't remember your name to save their damn life, but that's
that come on in guy.
But dang it, did they know that part? And it just it helped to be a validation. You know, hey, what does this young kid know about finance, this, that, and the other? I'm like, dude, I'm not the only one, and it's here. Now, you know, and you were really the only one that was being able to bridge that gap of information, taking something from the real world that was already embedded in us, just a normal radio kind of talk show, but you were delivering the knowledge and the information that was the future. But the way you just delivered it, real cut and dry. Hey, this is exciting. Don't know, but we'll see. You know, it's perfect, man. It's really perfect. So I thank you for that.
Well, man, thank you very much, amazing. Man. This is a love fest. Listen, you know, you guys are incredible. I really do appreciate that. And you know, we only had a chance to briefly meet one another when we were at the conference, and it's insane. People are all over you guys, are all over me too, right? And it's a beautiful moment. And I'm not complaining at all. It's a beautiful moment to embrace, but it's very difficult to get that meaningful engagement, when knowing that we're all influencers, we don't have time to really lock in and talk, like I got a chance to sit down with Alan, which was amazing. And you filmed that. I think you guys had filmed that.
I got suckered into that too. So I was right.
That was great, man. I mean, I have been wanting to talk to him for a long time. It's another really smart guy in this space, man. It's just funny. And listen, I do appreciate the kind words. I really do. It means a lot to me. I'm just a guy trying to call it the way I see it, right? And I want to share that with other people and let them make up their own mind, right? And they'll figure out how much to hold on to or what to throw on the floor. And it's none of us know, right? But I mean, I think we're seeing some things now that are letting us know that you'd have to be Ray Charles not be able to see where this is going, right? Because we can all see where this is going.
Look, this is where, like, I was excited to talk to you tonight because there's the riddlers out there, which a lot of people don't care for the riddlers, whether you want to talk about the clue droppers and whatnot. Those of us that have been studying the hints of the things that have been going on for the past many years now, we're starting to see these things come into fruition, and it's such validation, and it's been so much fun. And again, that was one of the things that drew me to your channel, because I know that you could see what I was seeing, even if it wasn't exactly the same, but we were seeing something happening that was very significant. And I find in this space that all of us are kind of been like magnets drawn together. And what's really encouraging is that the entire most of the XRP community and the digital asset space in general seem to want to be lifting each other up. And I feel like we've been particularly in the last couple of months, where there's been more and more of us that have been shining the light on the positive folks. And I'm seeing more and more positivity coming, and more groups that were normally divided kind of coming together. And I mean, when this all comes down to it, we're gonna be celebrating together. And so your XRP Las Vegas conference, we kind of want to talk about that, because I know we only got you for an hour here. When did you first decide to create the XRP Las Vegas conference? What was the inspiration behind it? And, can you kind of walk us through how this all happened? Because, I mean, did it snowball on you? Was it a small, tiny idea? Was it, what happened with that? How did you do it?
Well, it's a great question. And just to go to the point you both were making before, it really does take a village, right? I mean, it's not any one person. There's one of the things I really regret, as happy as I am about the things I've been able to do from the channels and the success that it's had, is I don't get to listen to other YouTubers anymore the way I did when I was just doing it as a hobby.
Yeah, right.
And you kind of, until that moment like happens to you, like, oh wow, like I don't know what, unless somebody sends me a clip like, hey, you got to check this out at this time marker or whatever. I don't know what else is going on from other people, really, and I miss that, from a spectator point of view. But it does take a village, and I love that, everybody gets a little something from everybody in the space. There's enough room for everyone. And as long as everybody comes out in the space with a creator mindset instead of a competitor mindset, there's always enough room, because everybody's creating content instead of trying to compete with someone else. And I got to give a shout out to all these wonderful people. I see the friends out here in the audience here that are saying such nice things. So shout out to all of them.
They're excited. When they heard that Brad Kimes was coming on, they were like, "Oh my gosh, this is fantastic that you're having Brad on." So as you created the first conference, how did that come about? I mean, that's a large undertaking for one guy to come up with an idea. I mean, we see the Bitcoin conferences go. I've been to a couple of them, and those are just huge events.
Yeah.
And so, nobody was really doing an XRP one, right? And you get, so how did you do that?
Well, we're the first and the largest in the world, right? I mean, it started out, listen, it's like my YouTube channel. I did not start out saying, oh, I'm going to be a YouTuber today. And then I just started down that isn't how it happened.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. It was like, I organically fell into it, and that's what happened here. This was supposed to be a meetup for my private group. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to get just a couple people. So I was like, hey, I'll reach out to such and such. And then I'll reach out to John Deed. And then I'll reach out to Eleanor Terra. And then all of them said yes. And I was like, hey, wait a minute. I was like, if we put a couple more people, we could just actually do a conference here, And then that's how that happened. And it just became this organic thing that grew into that. And it very quickly grew into that. But I'll tell you, this conference is really behind the scenes, there's an entire amazing staff that works the event with us. And a lot of those are private members, and a lot of my family help us out with that event. And it is an amazing experience, and they do an incredible job. And especially now in the second year, they really had things down very well. And, we have tons of security, but they're incredible. But when it comes to putting the conference together and then promoting it, there's 3 people. My wife and I put all the conference together.
Shout out to Mrs. Backup.
That's exactly right. She's a secret weapon. There's
Love her. Yeah.
I do too. She's something else, let me tell you. And then there's the marketing side, which is DAI and myself. And that's the core, on the way up to the event. And then at the event, we have a great big staff of people that work together with us. And again, they're all connected like extended family or direct family. And it's amazing that I can bring family and like private members in that we've known for so long, because, for me, obviously I'm in here to get generational wealthy. That's exactly what I'm here for. And I don't apologize to anybody for it, right? I mean, and I want to help as many other people achieve that goal or whatever their goal is along the way at the same time. And for me, as great a goal as that is, it's the experience with people along the way.
Yes.
It's the engagement with people along the way. And for all the money that anyone could ever make in the world, and I've had some before, but for all the money that anyone could ever make in the world, it's the experiences that we create with the people we love that will become our legacy, right?
Yep. Amen to that.
And that's just where I'm at 53,
my experience with the XRP Vegas was exactly how you just said it right there. It was being able to connect with people that I've already digitally connected with, it's old school pen pal type stuff. It really is. It really is, right? You're sharing stories, giving advice on the topic of cryptocurrencies or digital assets, not on topic, right? And we rabbit hole together and all these good things. But then you get this moment at an event where you get to come together and you get to embrace and shake hands and make more connections. And it really is like this second family environment. It's so amazing too when you hear about the community. But then when you go and visit and be a part of the community in the real sense, it's worth every penny. It really is, because the more connections I received more connections out of there, just being like-minded individuals, right? And of that, those are priceless. I get to have those forever. I get to foster those forever. Any one of us gets to do that, and that's one of the awesome things about this event and events like it.
Well, Simon, I agree with you 100%. And I tell you, there's always something that happens on stage with panels. They say things, they talk about things that you won't hear anywhere else. And, it's funny because, I'll be at the conference and then I'll hear something like, what did they just say? And
wait, what?
What's funny is that it jams me up, because I'm like, well, of course they'll say they tend to speak about things a little more freely at a conference than they would like on a like say an interview on a TV show, right? Yeah, exactly. And it's funny that it shocks me because I'm constantly covering panels from other places around the world on my own channel where they're saying things. I'm like, do you hear what they just said? You know, saying at XRP Las Vegas too now. Yeah. And it's nice that you know, people know my wife and I work very hard to bring a blend of knowledge, social interaction and connection and networking, and then entertainment, right? Yeah. Because it can't be sterile and boring, right? So you got to keep it light and fluffy a little bit, moving quickly, so people always know that there's something good, fun going on, and engaging, and that's how we like to do it. And we really are working on a lot of stuff for this year. By the way, speaking of working on stuff, we're doing light maintenance on the website right now. So you may go to it and it looks like the site's down. You can hit the advance button and go forward and get tickets still. Okay. But we are working on some light maintenance on the actual site, and it's going to be great. We're adding a few things just for the convenience of the people that use the site.
I'm excited because one thing I noticed last year was that you had a wide variety of people on, not just the heavy hitters, you know. I mean, getting David Schwartz there. I got my picture with David Schwartz, which has been like secret nerd. Like, I think he is so freaking smart. And just, you know, Simon and I were standing in line to get our picture with him.
Yeah, we were.
You know, of course, it was over in a flash, right? But just the fact that he was there, and I missed the Brad Garling house, but then you also had just your regular people up on stage also, and lifting them up and giving them the opportunity to share their stories and their perspectives on things. And I think that does contribute to an upbeat atmosphere where everyone feels comfortable. And again, I mean, people explain things in ways that we can understand at a personal level. And when you're commingling and mixing around with all the different people in the audience, it's an incredible vibe. It's just an incredible vibe. And I know what you mean about things snowballing, because as you know, last year we had a pre-party. Alan Staple, you were talking about earlier, of the Staple crew. He and Dipito Show and Trini, one of our friends, sponsored a pre-party on Thursday night before the conference. And I just started reaching out to people like you did and ask them, would they like to come? And they all said yes. And I'm like, holy smokes, like we have really cool people coming, you know, this is incredible. They don't know me from anybody, and boom, they're coming. And we're going to do the same thing this year. And it's going to be bigger and better than ever. And we're just like super, super excited for this conference this year.
So am I. And we're expecting a massive turnout. I can tell you that we've already sold the attendance level of what we had all of last year.
Oh my gosh, really?
It's insane. So we're looking at probably 2,000 people, and we'll probably have to cut the tickets off.
Yeah.
You know, we can only
here's a question for you, which I'm skipping ahead, but being the fact that the Bitcoin conference is going to be there a couple of days before, you're going to have a variety of folks there in Vegas at the same time, because theirs is earlier in the week. I don't see them leaving Vegas as we head into the weekend, right? And so you're going to have XRPers and Bitcoiners there. And I'm just curious if you think that some of them kind of tacked on the XRP conference to be able to go to both, particularly because now we have Trump picturing with having dinner with Brad Garling house. You know, I can see that some of those folks are kind of riding the coattails and wanting to go to the XRP conference as well.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because Bitcoin decided to butt theirs up to ours this year. You know, they were in Vegas, Nashville last year. So they'll be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and we'll be Friday, Saturday, the 30th and 31st. So it's going to be a week full of conference. I mean, you're going to get it on both ends. And I do expect some crossover to take place from that conference. There's no question about it. I expect to see some of that. Yeah.
Absolutely. You know, I know some of the things that are being worked on in the background, specifically Alan Staple and you, and I am very excited to that. I don't know if that's been discussed publicly. Sorry, kids, I'm not gonna talk about it, what it is or whatever. Y'all gonna have to wait for the captains of both that ship to talk about it, because it ain't gonna be me that sinks this boat. But I am very excited to be a part of that, of this new edition, and I can just see it continuing on going forward. But the level of production is going to be fantastic, and I'm very excited for that. And when people really find out about that, I mean, it's all XRP Vegas already on the map, but that's just gonna, I think that's going to be kind of a nail in the coffin as a, you need to go. It's all you need to just go to this. You just need to watch this. It'll be, in my opinion, of the like, not of the magnitude, but of the like in regards to viewing and participating from a media standpoint, like your Super Bowls, like your playoffs, like your World Series, like your NBA Finals, you know, like your Stanley Cups. It'll be to that level where the people in there like, oh no, it's on. I'm going to watch. Are you going this year? No, I can't go this year. I'm going to be in the Cayman Islands for a little bit, but we're going to watch it on the big 100-inch TV and all that stuff. You know, I get, or something like along those lines, whatever it's going to be. But I just see that I got that feeling last year. I saw it, and the things that are coming along this year. Wow. Huge things. And I'm so very excited. I'm very excited as well to meet the 2,000 people. Oh my gosh, dude. We're all going to need our own, like, hey, can you just push people? I'll pay you just to push people nicely. Can you get me over to the other side of the room? I need someone to get me to the other side of the room.
You know, it's funny because we have to sit down and like map all that out. You know, it's like,
yes, you do.
It has to absolutely every bit of that. You know, there's contractors, there's fire marshals, and look, man, I mean, this stuff is no joke, man. I mean, it is serious adulting going on in those meetings. You know, I'm like, wow, you know, it's a lot, because it's a humbling moment, you know, when you're in there and you're discussing that stuff and making sure the proper security, you got the insurance, you're doing all the right things, and because we like to do it the right way. So, you know, you sit down and go through all that stuff, and it takes so much time. I mean, we spend, honestly, I started planning this thing at the after party of the last one in 24. Truth be told, I had secured a very important company that I think is going to be making big waves in this space, which ended up being XRP Cafe and First Ledger.
Nice.
And we locked in a deal with them. I really at that after party. So we've been working on this for a year solid, you know, and it hasn't stopped since then. And now it's really starting to pick up the steam, because we really only have a handful of slots left for sponsorship potential. You know, that's how quickly this thing's going. You know, I don't know how many people are aware of this, but last year we never sold tickets, and it may have been that way the first year. I can't really remember. I could go back and look, but we never sold tickets, I think, until February 15th last year. And we've already started selling back in November before the year ended, right? Or December or whatever it was. So this is super exciting to be out of the gate this early. We have our footing on how these things are supposed to go now. There's a lot of the learning curve that we have underneath of us and kind of behind us. And what those fears have now become confidence, right? Because we're working with this place. We know what the rules are. We understand the contract. We know what the verb means, right? But believe me, there's still going to be a lot of learning lessons along. There's a lot of lessons along the way.
Oh yes.
What kind of lineup do you have this year so far?
Well, there's a lot I can't talk about.
I know.
Focus on what I can for the moment. You know, but obviously Ripple will be there to be announced on who the people will be there on stage this year. Stay tuned. It's coming soon, right? Uphold will be there. CEO Simon McLaughlin. I'm sure Nancy Beaton. And I'm sure Holly Goodhart will be there too from Uphold as well. And they have some wonderful, wonderful things planned for the attendees, I can tell you.
Nice.
And they did some really cool stuff for them last year too. So keep on the lookout for that. I Trust Capital will be there. Link2 will be there. And what a remarkable chance to have an opportunity to speak to Link2, because I mean, we're moving into a IPO season, merger acquisition season. There's a lot to talk about on that side of the fence when it comes to the brick and mortar and the picks and shovels behind all this technology, right? We know we'll have XRP Cafe. First Ledger's going to be there. We know that MoonPay has announced on X that they're going to be there. We will reveal who that is soon, and you will love who that is. And we have some very special people that we're talking to. Honorable Christian Carlo is going to be there again with a fireside chat with me. And we are going to have a whole new set of things that we're going to get into. And you're going to want to hear every single bit of it. Because, I mean, if you go back and look at that fireside chat, that conversation him and I had, and compare it to the moment we're in with stable coins right now, I just
oh yeah. You know, that was probably like at last year within the community, the people, all the attendees at that event, that was probably the most talked about topic was the stable coin issue, right? And everything that's revolving around that. I mean, what a topic to pick out for that fireside, by the way. I mean, and now you look at it, it's like, yep. Community called it.
And look, and Giancarlo, I mean, like the things he talked about, I mean, he went down the road of, you know, we discussed the petrodollar, the expansion and contraction of money over the years, how the Fed came into play. I mean, all of these things. I mean, this isn't just anybody here. This is the former CFTC chairman who introduced Bitcoin futures. This is the guy who's the head of the Digital Dollar Project, right? This is the guy who's like, we're going to talk to, and I'm wondering, is the real USD the Digital Dollar Project? You know, I don't know. I'm going to ask him this year. You know what I mean? It's like, because you know, what's going on here? Like, I mean, how far out of the realm of the possibility is it really, right? So, talking about all these things, I mean, we had a great discussion about, you know, the petrodollar and moving to something like a value protocol like the XRP ledger, and he's behind it. You know, he doesn't shriek these conversations. He embraces them. He said yes, right? So, you know, these are the kinds of things that you only get if you come to this. And I would encourage people to understand that, you know, usually in a household, it's one of us that are the crazy crypto investors. Right? But, you know, you don't have to worry about coming to this thing and feeling like you're alone. You're going to instantly feel like you found your lost family.
And the cool part is, if you happen to bring your significant other with you, chances are that other significant other can relate to, oh, how crazy is yours? Oh my God. Oh, they did that too. Did you see that? Like, they're going to connect on that level as well. Like, like there's connections happening all over.
We're going to go see a show while you crypto people do what you do.
Go see a show.
100%. And see, that's the beauty of a entertainment town, right? Is that there is other things to do. You could go to the pool, right? You could go golfing, you could go shopping, whatever you choose to do, go play the games or whatever. You know, there's plenty of things to do out here in Vegas. I'm not in Vegas now, but to do out in Vegas to entertain everybody of any scope.
Yes, absolutely.
We had a couple of questions in the audience. One of them, and I can't find it right now, but I remember what it is. Someone wanted to know how you and DAI met, like how you became good friends with your channels, and how we, you know, helped support you with that.
Oh, it's a fantastic question. So Mr. BXRP actually introduced DAI and I But it's interesting because remember, I wasn't a YouTuber in this space before. I was following like these other guys. I was like getting some tutelage from these other cats. And this is back in the day when I really didn't understand. I wasn't even a YouTuber. So I was just an observer. I was an audience member, right?
Sure.
And look, there wasn't a lot of influencers back then. Like it hadn't popped off the way it is now. It's really awesome.
There was not.
And back in the day here, you know, in 2017, 2018,
yep,
I would watch these channels. And if I saw a channel back in the day, this is how naive I was. If I saw a channel and you were covering something and then 2 hours later DAI covered it, I thought he stole it from you.
Yeah, I get it. I totally get it. Yes, we understand.
And I laugh about this shit all the time. Look, it's hilarious. I mean, we laugh about this shit all the time. Because I'd be like, dude, I used to think you were stealing shit for somebody because your video came out at 11 and somebody else's came out at 9. It was so stupid. Yeah. It was stupid. But I didn't understand. I didn't understand how it worked. I'm just being honest, right?
The musician in you came out. Oh man, they just stole that stuff.
Yeah, you stole that hypocrisy. You know what I mean? You know, it's crazy.
I was first.
Right. And then, but then it was like, you know, and it was a very short period of time. You know what I mean? Then after a very short period of time, you quickly realize like we're all talking about the same thing, just like news stations. It's like, get your shit together, Bradley. You know what I mean? So obviously I acclimated quickly. And I told him, I said, man, I used to talk shit on you and all kinds of people. I thought you were stealing people's shit and all this stuff. We laugh about it. Look, that goes to speak to how cool this cat is, man. I mean, he's that cool of a cat, you know, that I could just be straightforward and just like tell him that. And then we still hit it off, you know, and then look, I mean, if you get to talk to him long enough, you're going to be great friends with him. You know, he's that kind of guy. So we just connected like that. And obviously we're like-minded in a lot of ways about how we see this space and how we live life and stuff like that too, and our families. So it's just been a great friendship out of all of this. And again, as I said, you know, the wealth is very important to us and our family and what we're after, and we won't stop until we achieve it and do it legitimately and help as many people along the way as we can. But it's the experiences and the friendships that you make. That's where the real value is.
And I want to touch on what you just said, because the fact that, you know, both of you guys lifted each other up. You guys were both early in the space. There was a lot of finger pointing, not you. I mean, there was a lot of it early on, because I remember, and I like to tend to stay away from, you know, those types of things. But the fact that you guys are successful in what you're doing, you are presenting information, you've gained trust in your audiences that come to your shows. They look forward to your shows day after day. I mean, you know, our show's 2 hours long. It's long. You guys produce short content, right? So different strokes for different folks. I like listening to you while I'm putting my makeup on for work, and I'm like, okay, I got 15 more minutes. I can put one more Brad Kimes video on and finish up my hair before I have to walk out the door. So I kind of use those shorter videos as a timer for myself. But the fact that you guys have embraced the fact that when we work together, we all win. And that's the thing of this is, you know, even with us smaller accounts, it's really helpful to be able to have, you know, someone like yourself on our show and have everybody support each other. And I truly do believe that, you know, all boats can rise together when we work together. And I feel like that's the future that is being built right now. And I know there's a lot of negative people out there thinking about the dystopian future that's being built and all of that. I kind of wonder what your perspective is on that. You know, what are your thoughts when you hear people saying, you know, the Whitney Webbs of the world, the fear mongering type of people that say we're entering into this dystopian world where we're just going to be controlled and we're not going to own anything and be happy? What do you think about that, Brad?
Well, look, I mean, they're as excited as we are, as I am, about making money in this space and the evolution of this innovation and how it can affect the world and disrupt things in a positive way. We do have to understand there is a dynamic where things can affect the world in a negative way. You know,
Absolutely.
if we just look at the circumstances of what we've gone through over the last handful of years, you know, the weaponization of social media against its own people, right, by the government, right? This is a fact. We've watched this happen, right? This isn't up for dispute. This isn't anyone's opinion. This is a fact that that's happened. They got caught doing it, right? In fact, Mark Zuckerberg wrote a letter going, "I didn't mean to do that," you know,
right?
Yeah, sorry about that. You know,
man, I wish I knew that worked. I would have done that in my few past indiscretions.
How about it, right,
Simon? I didn't mean to do that. Yeah.
I didn't know I couldn't do that back there. You know, it's funny too, because when you look at these things, you know, you say to yourself, you know, there's the pro and con of the benefit of the media and the social media platforms that have connected the world so closely. But yet then they were turned around and weaponized, and then censorship came into play, right? So these things are very real that happen, and it's because there's people behind them, right?
Yep.
And there's good people that do good things, intent of doing good things, and then there's people that do bad things, and that's just the way it is every day, right?
Yep,
and
absolutely.
What we have to do is we can't go into the thing with blinders on. We're going to get rich. We're going to get rich, you know, and not pay attention to what that means. What's the outcome look like of getting rich in this sector? You know, is it at the cost of other people? Because getting wealthy doesn't have to be at the cost of anyone, right? You know, getting successful and being wealthy really should come at the cost of helping and serving others. And if we make sure that that's the intention of this technology, is that it always serves us instead of us having to serve it, I think that's where we're going to be better off. If we make sure that this technology doesn't infringe on our privacies. Like, if you just go to stablecoin legislation, this is a part of the conversation I had with Chris Giancarlo at the last conference. As nice as that stablecoin bill is, it's missing privacy. There's not one word in it about privacy. And you can't just simply default to, well, we're going to have a third party do it, so that way the government can't go. Well, that didn't stop them from controlling social media. That's a third party, and they controlled that. So there has to be something in place that guarantees that the Constitution, our right to privacy, is respected when it comes to these instruments of value, that we're not infringed upon. But at the same time, we could open and search the open free market and find things like insured accounts for custody, right? That we don't really have a lot of today, right? So just like you would for a traditional market product. So I just think there's both sides to every coin, and we have to be willing to look at both sides.
And this is where we come in, because people like you, people like DII, people like Dipito, we're sharing the information. We've got our eyes on this, and this is where I think we're heading into a different age. And somebody posted, Whitney Webb makes a lot of sense. Her writings make a lot of sense. They do make a lot of sense. The only thing I caution people is that when you only think about things in a negative way, you kind of put yourself into a helpless state, right? That it's too big of a problem for us to tackle. We can't stop it. But together, with us paying attention, giving this our attention, getting involved in things like the Texas Blockchain Council, you interviewing people like Christian Giancarlo, coming on and talking about it, all of the companies that are building things, the XRP ledger being decentralized and people getting a vote and a say in what happens on that ledger. These are all, this is the important, exciting part of what's happening right now, is that the last infrastructure that was built, no one was giving it attention. No one knew what was happening. But today, there's a lot of people that know what's happening. Not as many as that we would like to know, but there's certainly a lot of good people that are throwing their hat in the ring to try to fight back and make sure that things are put into the legislation like you're referring to when it comes to privacy, etc. That's why we are so important in what we're doing, even our little channel like Dibito, you know.
Well, I think you're right. I think you make a great point, because I mean, look, it doesn't matter about the size of the channel. What matters is the intent that you're sharing, right? What's behind your intention of what you're doing? And what you're doing is trying to be engaging, create conversation, and really talk about the things that are in front of us at the moment, and current events and where they're going, right? And what's the best way to handle them. You know, I think when people kind of focus on the negative, sometimes obviously that can get views, right? And that's something. And sometimes people just have I think for most of us, it's easier to have a negative outlook because the mind is built for it, right? The mind is built to say no to almost anything. Like, no, get out of here. Just be away from it. Whatever. There's risk here. Leave.
Yeah.
That's kind of how the brain works, as a starter, right? So if you can get beyond just the fear of something or just the negative side of something at first and start saying and having that conversation and engaging and saying, okay, well, let's not just talk about what's bad with it. How do we fix it? Right?
Yes.
What does it take to make it better? Where's the hurdle? How do we get through it? What's it going to take? Is it a legislative issue? Is it a regulatory issue? Is this something that needs to be done with the technical side? Are they missing something with the proof of partnerships? Where is the problem with it? Is it in the tech itself? To me, that's what I love. I love being able to look at these things and just ask myself, well, why isn't it this way instead? And what needs to happen in order for it to be that way? And how far off does it look like before that's going to happen?
See, you bring up a great point. Something that I know on the Dipito show we talk about, the Stable Crew they talk about, and quite actually a few others when I do get a chance to finally watch some content from some other creators, and that is you say how versus why. Yeah. Why is this happening to me? How can I fix this? How can I go around this? And
how can I protect myself?
It's like how can I protect myself?
Knowledge is power.
I don't like that. Well, why actually don't I like that? Yeah. Why am I scared right now? It's this. No. There's something deeper there. Let's go deep. I'll stay away from right now, but that doesn't mean I'm just going to totally avoid. Exactly. And that actually is probably a big paradigm shift that I've seen within this digital asset space. I've seen more of that than I have in my 46 years of being on this planet anywhere else, and I love that. And I'm glad you're talking about that because that is the creative side of this space. And how people like ourselves and everybody in this chat, everybody that follows these channels, you're literally doing the same thing that we're talking about right now. You're a part of that. You're a part of the how can we fix it? How come it's like this? How come it's not like that? And actually having an open discussion as opposed to throwing mud at each other, even though we still throw mud sometimes.
Hey, everybody throws a little mud back and forth, especially when there's been so much divisiveness created in a down market while we're going through a court case, a 4-year crypto winter. There's been a lot of mud thrown inside our own community, and that's just the way it goes, right? But I tell you something, some people have put themselves on the wrong side of history because I think it's easy to see where this is going, right? And it's easy to see that Ripple is going to achieve their goal. XRP is going to be inside the financial system. And I'm saying it before it's happened. And it's not to put a flag on the moon. I'm just telling you what I see. Right. I mean, Brad Garlinghouse and Stuart Alderati going down to meet Mar-a-Lago and have dinner. And they were just in October and November at the Federal Reserve twice in as many months. They met the president last summer in San Francisco. We're a part of Fed Now, which is the revamp of Fed Wire. You tell me where this is going. I don't think we're walking out on a thin limb here. By the way, Fed Now is the U.S. market infrastructure for the financial system in the back end of the bank, right?
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
And the U.S. market infrastructure has not been introduced to the world yet, but we know it's Fed Now. But they say they're going to introduce it in 25, and we know Ripple's a part of that. So this is a super exciting moment because since 2017, I've always believed that the Fed was involved here in the U.S. government. Same. And it's easy because I've never found it to be a coincidence that there's so many people from the U.S. Treasury coming through Ripple's camp, and it's even 43rd Treasurer who's still there now on the board, right? So it's so interesting to me because I've always believed that connection is to make sure that they oversee that it's done right because it is going to be used by the U.S. government. I've always felt that way.
I agree with you 100% on that. And just, I feel like the transition is being done very delicately. It doesn't seem to be moving fast enough for some folks, but when you step back and look at the magnitude of what's happening, what needs to be done, those players are very important. The people need to understand the inner workings of the current system and how the new system can be implemented the most effective way with doing the least amount of damage to the public, because there is that transition that's going to happen. And I feel like it's been baby stepping into the new system. And so I'm super excited about the future. And 2025 is definitely going to be a pivotal year, in my opinion. And this year's XRP Las Vegas conference is going to be off the hook. It's going to be fantastic.
Oh, I know it's going to be a glorious time.
I know we only have like four.
It is.
Because you said you could only stay for an hour. So there's a couple things. Like, I know there were some questions in the chat for you. But one of the questions that I saw, somebody was asking, could you go over the ticket prices? Are there different kinds of tickets that people can purchase? And even though the website's down at the moment, if you could just so what is the website? How do they buy tickets?
The website's XRP Las Vegas. I can't quote the price because I just can't remember it off the top of my head. And I'd pull it up if we weren't doing the maintenance on it right now.
I feel you.
And we're actually adding a page or two onto the website, which will make it, more cool for people to use. And like stuff to see. So we're adding a few things there too. So I can't remember the prices. If I known you were going to ask, I would have brought them. So that's my mistake. I'm sorry about that. But you can go to XRP Las Vegas. You can hit the advance button and you can still go get a ticket. That's for sure. But it does look like it's under maintenance at the moment. But yeah, so there is a general admission ticket. There's a VIP ticket, and then there's an after party ticket. So you could choose for the 2-day conference to buy a general admission ticket, or you could choose to get a VIP ticket. And you'll get different food. We feed everybody over the course of 2 days. It's a huge undertaking.
Amazing food.
Yeah, food was good.
Thank you. And I felt that too. I was shocked.
No, I was shocked. It was fantastic. I was like, wow, this is the best conference I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. I wasn't sure at first, the first day, I wasn't sure because I had walked around for 12 hours. And then I was like, my family was like, you need to eat something. I was like, all right. And I took a bite. I was like, now, is this great because I haven't ate, or is this great?
Yeah. Great? You're like, I'm just hungry. This is not quality. I could eat a napkin right now with salt.
And it would be good. Right, Simon?
Yeah,
exactly, man. Yeah. So, but it was, the food was fantastic. And so with the VIP, there's a different menu and a nicer spread for the VIP, and then a VIP room. And then obviously the VIP people also get preferred seating up at the stage as well, obviously, which is, you can imagine. And then I think there's also this year, we're doing a drink special for the VIP people too. I believe we're doing open bar in there. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure we are.
Oh, wow.
And then the GA people, they will still get fed too, right? But there's a different, set of circumstances there. So, sure. But if anybody wants to come to the after party, anyone has to get a ticket, whether you bought a VIP or a GA. And I can tell you the after party, I can't say how it's going to unfold, but I can tell you it's going to be electric. It is going to be an electric.
It's going to be electric.
That will be a straight up party. We going partay on that.
Nice.
And that'll be the Saturday after after the conference, the second day. That after party is in the evening.
That is correct. Oh, and I can say this too. Shout out to Fruition Productions, who will be showing the documentary Rigged from the Start for free as a bonus value on Friday night in the banquet room, in the ballroom, I should say. Nice. So that will be something you will also have the opportunity to take advantage of while you're there. So very, very cool of them to do that.
Yeah, somebody did mention that about if there was going to be documentaries played. So I wonder if that's what they were talking about. Someone else had asked if you're going to have. They thought they heard you were going to have I think the CIO of Bitwise on stage this year. Does that sound right?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Oh, so they were setting me up. They set me up.
Atlantic Living, you're going to have to wait.
Oh, yeah, that's funny. Yeah, that is
neither
funny.
Confirm or deny, but I know I did just talk to him the other day and interview him. And I'll tell you what, I'll give you this. Nobody knows this. I'll be releasing an interview from Stephen McClurg from Canary Capital, who has an
application.
Huh?
When does a bird sing?
Tomorrow. Yeah, so that's tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's big things right there.
Yeah, big stuff. And there's some really great stuff in that conversation we had too, by the way. You're going to want that.
I believe it.
Well, here's something. Awesome. I don't know if, Alan Staple had set this up with you, but this year, Alan Staple is going to have a media booth there at your conference, and Dip a Toe Show, for those of you who don't know, are going to be part of that. So we're going to be streaming different interviews and whatnot from the conference. And so we're looking forward to that. Super excited about it. And like I said, we're going to have the pre-party. And of course, again, I'm going to invite you. And I know that you're super busy, but I'm getting that slipping the invite in early.
We might just have to do like a video chat, put it on screen. We'll have to pull a Jeremy Hogan. We'll have to pull a Jeremy Hogan. That's what we'll have to do for Brad if we're going to do something like that.
Atlantic Video has one more question. Is there any massive announcement coming or any bullish information you know about that you simply are not permitted to share or talk about? A yes is all that's needed. Oh, Atlantic Living.
Now, Atlantic Living, do you mean as far as the conference goes?
I think he thinks you got the inside track with Ripple.
Oh, yeah. Well, listen, if I can guarantee you anything, I do not have an inside track at Ripple.
You know what? Can we address that? And I know you have to go because we're keeping you over. But so this is there's a lot of speculation, or I don't want to say a lot. There's a little bit of speculation sometimes when people have conferences like this and they get the big guys like Ripple coming to the conference and they're like, oh, well, he's just on the inside and that's why blah, 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 whatever. Can you just for the audience, you're not affiliated with Ripple, and you're just simply asking them like I did, right? For people to come on the right. Like, how did that even happen where they said, you know what, Brad, yes, we're going to come to your conference?
Well, it's interesting because it is a very difficult process to even engage with Ripple because they're an enterprise-facing company. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that was a huge hurdle in itself. Now, they're a sponsor to the conference, to XRP Las Vegas, but that is a separate business from my channel, okay? They are two separate businesses altogether. One does not fuel, you know what I'm saying? They are two separate entities altogether.
They have to be.
They have to be, absolutely. Now, with that being said, they come and they're a sponsor just like anybody else, right? But as far as my channel goes, I've never received any money from Ripple ever at all, not a penny. I'm literally that crazy and that enthusiastic about what I've learned about Ripple and the asset XRP. And I started talking about it for free, and that's what I do. And I can't stop talking about it. And if someone out here in the audience hasn't done it yet and you drill down on this, you probably are going to feel just as loopy as I am in another few weeks, because once it gets a hold of you, you really can't let it go because you understand the enormity, the finality, and where this thing's ultimately going. And that's what I love about this is how big it can get, how much market capture is actually out here to take place for this. And I'm super excited about it. But to come back to your point, it is extremely difficult to get Ripple to a function. And it's not because they're not nice, because they are. It's because it's very hard to get in touch with them. And then once you do have a contact with them, I've had people go, hey, can you give me that contact? I'd like to talk to them too. I'm like, yeah, I bet you would.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And the second that I give it to you, I won't be able to talk to them anymore.
Yeah, you're burnt.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm burnt because that's how that works, right? It's like, and honestly, when people do speak to you that way, you know that they're telling you how little they understand business, right? Because that's really what's happening there. It's like, come on now, everybody has to make their own inroads to get to where they're going. But once you do, you have to prove out. And if you go back to the first year, you know, we really weren't sure if anybody was coming. I invited them, but you know, there was nobody on the roster from Ripple on the site. Okay. You know,
I bet that had to be so surprising. Like when you finally got word that, we're coming. Were you just like, oh my goodness, this is awesome.
I can share this with you, and this is fun. And I haven't told a bunch of people this, so you'll love this here on Dip to Toe. This is where it's at, right? So I'll share this. So the first year, Ripple was a sponsor, but no one was going to be, no one was, you know, set to be on stage. And I really, honestly, I kind of got it because they wanted to see, like, hey, let's see how this guy even does, right? I mean,
right.
And I'm speculating that they think that, but I'm pretty sure that that's the safest thing to think about it, right?
Right.
So, but they did sponsor, and I was super grateful, and I'm really grateful for the relationship with them. So they sponsored, and we had them there, and they helped, and that was a big help for us. We were scared to death. We learned a lot. We lost a lot of money. We've lost a lot of money each year, but we learned something every time. It's a lesson. But these things are lessons, right? So anyway, so they sponsored. We were happy. Well, we had this private meetup the first night, and getting very close to the conference, I was contacted, and basically, Brad's coming. And I was like, oh, shit. You know, I was like, this just got real. You know, I was like, uh-oh. So, and, you know, we had to do some, you know, I won't go into details because it doesn't make
maneuvering.
sense.
You had to maneuver.
Planning and security things to prepare for that, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you did.
So we did that. And then in doing that, I was relaying to his staff and everybody, I was like, listen, I haven't said a word. And you can go back and look on social media. No, people were hoping it would happen, but nobody knew anything. I didn't say nothing, right? And then when Brad came in and they brought him in through a secret way in the back there, they brought him in before we went out. I was like, do you want me to have some ropes or something set up? Because these people don't know you're getting ready to walk through here. And I can't be sure, but I don't think he thought I was like telling him that, you know, that squared up on the truth there. I think he probably thought, ain't no way this dude didn't say something, you know?
Right.
But I didn't, because I was scared it would blow it, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
I was like, no, I'm not saying shit. So he said, and he's so cool. He was like, no, let's do it, man. It's cool. We don't need to do that. I said, okay. I said, but they're going
people are going to go fanboy on your ass when he comes.
I was like, as soon as I open this door, they're going to freak out. He said, let's do it, man. So I opened the door, and as we're walking out the door into the room, I don't even know who this dude was. It was so funny. This guy grabs me by the arms, by the shoulders. He goes, that dude looks just like Brad Garlinghouse. And then I looked at the guy and I said, well, in fact, that is Brad Garlinghouse. And then Brad turned around and looks at me and goes, you can keep an effing secret. I was like, I told
you, bro.
You know, I was like, I didn't say anything. So we laughed about it. And then it was a great experience for everybody. And again, the experience, right? That's it's all about that experience. So, look, I'm super grateful for the support of Ripple, Uphold, iTrust, all the sponsors, everybody involved. Link to everyone who's ever been involved. Sologenic, Corium, they're going to be there again this year, and they have a lot to tell you about. You don't even know what they're going. Oh my goodness! But anyway, I won't go into that. But nonetheless, you know, I'm so grateful for everybody that's been involved, and I can't believe that we're here. And that we actually have created out of no thing a thing. And I couldn't do it without the amazing staff that helps us every year. I couldn't do it without the support of people like yourselves. You guys are amazing. And it was so lovely to meet you guys in person. Now we get to do this together. And I hope it won't be the last time.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. You know, we got You, me, Quincy Jones, and a few others got to sit down and hang out if we're able to. Yeah, if we
Well,
can.
I love Quincy, man. I tell you what,
I love
Quincy,
dude. Yeah, Quincy's great, dude. That's my dude right there. I love.
I
that
love
guy.
him,
He's
man.
come
He's
on
wonderful.
here a couple of times, and he is one of the smartest people I've ever met, and just a solid human being.
Yeah,
Such a bright future.
Energy. I just love his energy. He's so excited about everything in this space, and then he's so freaking smart. It's just like, oh my God, I want to be this guy. You know,
it's right?
Seriously, man.
Get it.
Dude's amazing.
He is amazing. Absolutely. A gem, a straight gem.
Yep.
One thing before you leave, because I saw somebody posted in here. We have a friend named Niall, and we are part of the IMU TV. He has this project, and I'd be more than happy to connect you guys. Dipito Show is going to be hosted on their platform. They're independent music. They support independent music and also channels that are supporting the XRP ledger and that sort of thing. And so they're going to be streaming us by, I can't remember, it was like 70 different countries on there, but it's a way to get channels like ours, like yours, out there to a wider audience besides X and YouTube. And it's a super exciting project. And so if you haven't heard of them, look up IMU TV and IM Independent Music Universe. Because I think you guys would be a perfect fit, and they're just fantastic. Yep, Rob and Niall from Independent Music Universe, which even with your drumming, you might be interested in what they have to offer.
No doubt. I look forward to trying to check that out in the future and see what they're up to. It's really cool. Sounds great.
Yeah.
I gotta reach out to him too. Well, I think we've kept you long enough, Brad. Time to get to bed. You got a busy day tomorrow.
Well, I do, man. No doubt about it. These are long days, man. It's 14, 16-hour days. And then when you add the conference in, they get very dense. You know, the days are very dense, you know.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, they don't slow down. But look, I'm super grateful that we got a chance to do this. And I appreciate both of you so much. You don't even know. And your patience too. I know it's taken us a long time to come full circle to get this moment to happen. Right. But I'm super glad that we picked now to do it. And I can't wait to come back on here with you guys. It'll be a lot of fun.
Same too. Thank you. We're going to put all your information.
Some more announcements rolled out. Right.
Yeah.
With the new stuff on the website, get it all up, and you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
All right, we look forward to that. Let us know when it's good to roll, and we'll check it out.
Thank you
we can help. Much. Have a good rest of your day. Thanks so much, Brad.
You too. Thank you guys so much, and thank everybody, all your friends in the group, all the audience members. You guys are amazing. Thank you all so much. Have a good night.
All right,
you too. Care, Brad. Bye, Brad. Don't go anywhere, guys, because we're not leaving yet. We don't end the Dippy show like
we're not leaving. I have announcements to make too, but man, wasn't that great, Brad Combs? Come on in.
It was great.
That was great.
I'm super excited. 169 of you caught this interview.
I'm glad you talked about the independent music universe because
I was waiting for my moment to slip in, but I'm like,
Niall, I need to find you on X. I've been slacking because I kept meaning to reach out to you, but I want to connect. And since you are broadcasting to 70 different countries, I think that there is a beautiful relationship to happen at this Las Vegas XRP 2020 event in regards to the media booth at the event. So I think there's a play there. Love to have you. I've already dropped the bug in a few people's ears. They're down for it. This is like a perfect marriage waiting to happen. Yeah. So now,
Niall and I
I'm going to get at you, bro.
Niall and I are friends, and we've been talking. We've been talking back and forth. As a matter of fact,
on that topic,
yes, of him coming, and he is wanting to come to XRP Las Vegas. He's trying to make the arrangements for that. And hopefully I can kind of help him with finding a good place to stay for inexpensive.
Well, I'm trying to stay at the same place last time myself.
Yeah. Well, yes, and that's why
Yes.
we're not
Yes.
going to talk about that right now. Because
Okay,
it's only
fine.
so many. Yeah. But yes, I was going to try to guide him in that. I was going to try to guide him in that way. And Rob is from Detroit here. So, and that's his partner. And so they'll be going together. If Niall's able to pull it out, but he definitely wants to do it. And so if he's there, he's there. That's what he told me. So
cool.
He'll be part of our deal.
Awesome. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we will. Yes, we will.
Hey, announcements. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, can I give away some free crap? Actually, it's not crap. It's really awesome stuff. I would like to announce the winners for the ballot XRP cold storage device that is right down here. Hold on, let me get it up. Right there, right. I'm gonna have it this way. I don't know if you guys can see it. Put it up on my chest.
Peaky Blinders from Detroit. You're in Michigan too?
Oh no,
Sorry.
Here we go. No, it's fine.
Snap.
It's fine. Gotta Be was the one that got all the answers correct and was the first one in the door. So Gotta Be, congratulations. You need to email the dipito@gmail and give us a proper mailing address to you so I can mail that out to you. And then our winner for the second round of 6-pack of the XRP cookies, the delicious cookies. Yes. Mix It Up with Megan on Instagram. That is the designer and baker of these delicious gems. It was Susan, and I know there's a few more Susans. There was the last name on it, but I don't want to speak out of pocket or out of turn. So I will actually be sending you an email to say, hey, congratulations, you won, and then I will need a shipping address for you as well. And Melissa and I do have one big one to give away. One more cold storage wallet. It's the XRP Gold.
Well, actually, Simon.
Yeah. Talk to me.
I still have mine so we actually have 3 to give away.
Perfect.
I have one regular, and then you've got the other granddaddy of them all.
Yeah, I got the Big Mac Daddy
one.
Yes,
so maybe we'll give the other one away, and then perhaps we can do the granddaddy one. We could do the handoff at the XRP Las Vegas pre-party. Dip a toe, do a little contest. We'll think.
Sure, you want? Yeah, we could do
How about
that. Yeah, we could do that. I'm down for that.
That's some cool. Cookies and the gold heavy.
I'm actually working on getting some more cookies down there. I was just in discussions with the Mix It Up with Megan to see if I could come with some on a plane, which is going to be interesting, or if I can if she can just fly down and bake them on site and dip her toe, and then she's got to go. So we'll see what happens with that. But you can check out Mix It Up with Megan on Instagram and check out her portfolio there.
Yeah, man.
Her delicious nummies. Like, seriously, my fat kid started coming out real quick when I started looking at some of these. I'm like, dude, nope.
I'm hungry.
Go back and go eat your carnivore steak. You simmer down.
Simmer down now.
Very excited. So congratulations to our winners. I really appreciate everybody participating. It looks like we're going to give one more device away on another contest here coming up, and then we'll do the Big Mac Daddy over in the Las Vegas.
That's awesome. I wanted to apologize. I didn't realize Independent Music Universe. That's actually Rob that's been chatting with us all night. Hello, my friend Rob. It's not Niall in there right now. But he did meet a friend that's a fellow Detroiter. So that is pretty awesome. Oh, let's see.
Oh, here you go.
Megan says crypto bingo game at the party. That's my suggestion. Huh?
Oh, that be the lady right there. Mix It Up with Megan. She's the one who made these delicious cookies right here.
Thank you, Megan. I can't. I wanna eat some of those.
Check them out. Here you go. I'm gonna add it to the stage right now. Boom! Look at these delicious things.
Nama.
Oh, this. Hey, by the way, fantastic. This is a cake. That's awesome. That's a Barbie doll, and that is the dress on the cake or a cake. But that's the dress on the barbell. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
See, it's way too hard to deliver a cake, but wouldn't it be awesome?
No, can't do the cake. I'm just saying.
I know. It would be so awesome, though, if we could.
I mean, come on.
Have
Gobble,
like an
gobble
XRP
tell you wobble,
cake,
bro. Look at that.
Or like a cupcake tree with like XRP.
Oh,
That's getting crazy. Oh, Gotta Be says, what I miss. What do you miss? You miss Brad Kimes, my friend. But you are the winner chicken dinner of the fancy wallet, the ballet wallet. You could practice your ballet.
Yeah, Gotta Be you one. Way to go, homie. Huh? Well done. Well done. Yes, Becky, we're working on how to properly get the cookies to you in one piece. and so that's the only speed bump that's happened, but that was kind of the purpose of this giveaway to see how and why we could get those out there and
package.
I mean, come on, man. Yeah, how we can package. So I'm grateful for everybody participating in that, because you're giving another entrepreneur another opportunity to figure out some good things, and they're definitely going to want some feedback from you as well on how delicious they are.
Peaky Blinder, it's Independent Music Universes, Rob. And if you go back a couple of shows, Dipito interviewed IMU TV, and both Rob and Niall were on as our guests. And so you could kind of get to know him through our interview. We had a wonderful show with them. So check that show out. Actually have one of those. I met them at a conference last year and they gave me one. Can we give this one away to someone in here? Oh, you actually have a ballet wallet? Gotta Be?
Yeah, I think if you went to the event, you got one as well as part of your bag.
Oh, he just wanted the cookies. Is that what you were answering the question for the cookies? Gotta Be?
I can talk to.
That's awesome.
I mean, I guess I could talk to if Susan,
Megan, your cookies are on fire already.
Yeah. Everybody's turning down a $1 million safe, arguably, for some delicious 6-pack nummies.
Bro just wants the cookies.
Done.
So, all right, cool. We can do that.
If I think Susan, let me check the email. Do you know if it was Susan? If it was
Susan Roblin, I think. Yep, I think
was
it is.
Okay.
Yeah, Susan.
Do you want to do a trade? The cookies for a
Matt says we all want cookies.
I know, man. I got you, dude. Don't worry. Cookies on the way. Cookies on the way. Yeah. If Susan, if you're there in the chat and you're willing to do a trade, Gotta Be, then we'll give you the device, and Gotta Be can have the cookies. Or if you just want dang cookies, we'll find some other lucky contestant to give this one away to as well.
Oh, in a box, and another box with lots of packing peanuts is the best.
We've been talking about that, but I know some FedEx people that they're not.
Oh, Gotta Be wants Susan to have both of them. What a gentleman!
You don't want the cookies, bro?
Huh?
The cookies. I'm gonna give you cookies in a week, man.
Optimistic's girl. Thanks for coming, Optimistic. We love you, my friend. And I saw your comment. You got dibs on me. I will tell you this. You get your butt to XRP Las Vegas and you can stay in my room for free. You don't have to pay. You'll be staying with me. I got me and Ryan like a room that has like a bedroom, and then there's a pull-out queen or whatever. So absolutely stay with me. Stay with me.
Got it. Huh? Optimistic Prime says she wants the wallet, so we'll give her the wallet, and I'll work out the cookies in the background. Gotta Be. You gotta get fantastic, cookies, bro. But Gotta Be, aren't you up in the Alaska still? Come on, man. I mean, no.
He moved.
Oh, he moved.
I missed my opportunity. One time when I went to Alaska a couple of years ago with Ryan.
Right. Yeah, you flew through here.
They were in Alaska. It was Gotta Be and Patrick and one other fella. And they were like, if you can just meet, like, we're going to be at this place doing karaoke. You guys should totally swing by and do it. And wherever we were staying, Ryan was like, that's too far the opposite of direction of where we want to go. And so we didn't go. If I could go back, I would have said, I insist that we go. You know what I mean? Like go, and we're just doing it.
Yep.
But in any event, so I missed my opportunity to hang with them in Alaska, but I did get to meet them anyway. So it's all good, but.
Okay, gotta be. They're not my cookies to bake. I mean, I happen to know the owner, so I'd have to fly them out too, which probably wouldn't be a bad idea. I'm sure maybe I could swing that to bake you some hot and freshies.
Chest cookies, like put them all around you. Just
yeah, that's gonna work out great. I can just see me walking. I make it through. I make
like it's XRP.
They have dogs.
They
have dogs. They have
so
dogs.
What, man? Go.
Dude,
take
the
one
man,
for the
Kibbles
team.
and Vince is gonna be
take
all
one
over
for the
me.
team.
Take one for the team. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you just see me throw a cookie, the dog will go, and then you see me on camera. And some cryptopian ran down the Terminal 4 today at the Washington State Airport with 3 dogs chasing him.
Amen. Okay, buddy, we definitely are doing karaoke again. I'm actually going to look into that place and see. I don't know if we can reserve tables or whatever, but I'd be down for a karaoke room too. But I want to go back to the one place that we went. Cats Meow was so freaking fun.
That was an epically good time. That was an epically good time there, man. Like I had more fun at that place than I've had at any other
record everyone singing
liquor establishment.
Yeah.
Cool.
Record everyone singing karaoke. A couple people recorded me singing karaoke. In fact, I thought that was going to be my cameo in XRP Unleashed, aka rigged from the start.
No, but
nobody would tell me what it was, and I was thinking, Ryan was like, Melissa, did you ever consider that it might be you singing at the karaoke place? I'm like, holy smokes, would that be embarrassing? But it wasn't. It wasn't.
Well, I mean, I know someone that has the video and can make an NFT and just put it out there.
Oh shit! Can we do some? What night are you guys doing your party? It's Thursday. It's going to be Thursday night for sure, positively. Yep. I keep waiting for the people to call me back and to button down. But yes, it's going to be the Thursday night before the conference again. Because that's the best night. People are coming in the evening.
Yeah.
And it's going to be later. Like it's going to stay open later than it did last time. So, geez, K-Buddy's got the video.
Yeah.
Gotta be, may or may not have a video. We're going to connect on time.
Have a video or two.
Yeah. Yeah, karaoke after. Yeah, we're doing karaoke for show. Maybe we could even we could have a DJ do karaoke at the party.
That person might have
take that off. Take it over.
That person might have to be paid for that. Might have flashbacks.
Huh?
They could probably do everything else, but the karaoke is like, okay, here's the mic. I'll just put your song in. You got it.
Huh? She said she'll bring her machine. Dude, I almost brought my machine last year. Like when we were planning the party before, I was like, I could mail it there or whatever. And then it was like, no, it's probably cheaper to just rent a unit when you're there instead of bringing, because like all that stuff is heavy and expensive. Unless you're driving, K-Buddy. If you're driving, boo,
there still might
freaking load that car full of the equipment. Let's go.
There still may be an issue with like licensed insurance. There could be a bleed over there. Being a retired DJ, I know that depending on the venue and the jurisdiction of that venue, they might require some extra fedia if you're going to have a DJ. Or other type of music, blah blah blah. I mean, I know Chicago. There's the Music Entertainers Union, and you can't play. You can't hit the play button without being a member even for a day.
Oh,
yeah. So I'm not saying that that's like that in Vegas. I'm just
so
saying
if you're having a private party, you gotta hire somebody.
So,
a DJ.
but I think the idea is, screw it. Why not?
Yeah. Believe me, if I want to do something, I will figure out a way. Because that's what I do.
Gotta be sick idea. Oh shit! There you go. Bam.
Ding. Let's connect after my cousin lives there, so I could possibly. Okay, we're gonna talk about this. Cool. Yeah, and you know what? Darla, you guys all know Darla. Well, K-Buddy and Gotta Be knows Darla. Darla is gonna be a photographer for me. She offered to photograph the party, so good. I'm super excited about that. So she's gonna do it. Yeah, and I told her about the our media booth and stuff too. So we have to work out the details and stuff, but yeah, she's coming. Well, she says she's coming, so. Unless she, she's like, I'm trying to get her to come. She said she's coming because she's going to be the photographer.
Melissa, are you telling me that you have a professional photographer that's going to be at the event, which means that you and I
can get our pictures taken?
Shot of getting our headshots
while we're in the same room?
Holy buckets, baby. I like it when the universe plays ball and you're on the winning team.
Man. You're going to Ryan Darrow's house to record the commercial? That's fantastic. I'm working on an updated right now. They've got our commercial. And actually, just found this out last night. I forgot. I didn't get a chance to tell you.
Huh?
Didn't get a chance to tell you yet, Simon.
I like surprises. No, I'm not taking here. I'm like, what?
You're getting all kinds of surprises this evening. So darn it. So Niall messaged me last night. Am I in Dipito or I'm in mine? I can't remember. And he's got us up now on let's see what he said. I'm going to tell you what he said. So he asked, he's putting us on the IMU TV, and he asked, I just had sent him our outro video. Okay. And so content creators like ourselves, or artists that are part of this project right now, they're going to have their content available to watch for free or to be placed behind a paywall. If you want, but I mean, most people are just doing it for free right now. And so for the first quarter of 2025, they're doing this for free, basically for us. To be on it, but I wanted to get where he said, so he says, Melissa, just a heads up, your ad is now up and spinning on IMU TV, currently broadcasting 6 times a day in our live broadcast on Roku, Fire Stick, and Amazon Fire TV in 17 countries across the world. They've also created a section for genres XRPL to place a video there as well. And so they'll have a lot of traffic on their video on demand service, so people can find us there as well. And so basically, I guess you guys, I have to find my Fire Stick. But you could search out IMU TV.
You want me to order you one? I'll order you one.
No, I have one. I literally have one. I literally have a Fire Stick, and so I just gotta hook it up to my TV because I'm so excited to just be watching IMU TV.
You said Roku?
Roku. What did he say? He said Roku, Fire Stick, and Amazon. What did he say? Amazon Fire TV.
Amazon Fire. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All Fire TVs, Fire Sticks, and Roku devices.
Mrs. says, if you're in the chat or watching the show right now, could you just please put in the chat what type of device we have? I want to make sure we have it, so I don't want to overspend. You know how I am with the money, honey. Love you. Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah, I am super, super excited. Oh, Rob says 20 countries now. Yeah, man. Huh? You guys, so if anybody watching this, if you guys haven't checked them out yet, IMU TV on X, or just go to, what is it? It is IMU TV. where's my link here so I can stick it in the player. It's just super excited. They came on our show a couple of weeks ago and explained. Kristen says, congratulations. Thank you, my friend, for coming. But it's just super excited to see how someone has an idea, they're building it. If you build it, they will come, right? And look at what they're doing. There it is. IMU, is it IMU.tv? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, IMU.tv. Yep. Featuring artist
IMUTV.tv. Yep.
A message to those people.
And I'm looking for, he sent, so right now I sent him our regular intro video, but I would like to, he said I can splice it up a little bit, make it a little bit more commercially. And and we can, and I've been working on it already because I wanted to, but I was waiting for after Brad's interview.
Brad,
add more, because we've had so many, you guys, we've had so many awesome guests here on Dip-a-Toe.
Straight gems.
I mean, Brad Kimes, Niall and Rob from IMU TV. We've had Linda P. Jones. We've had Molly Elmore come on the show. We've had Patrick Riley, Gotta Be, all of the people.
Quincy Jones, Mr. Man.
Right.
The list goes on. Yeah.
There's been so many. Alan Staple came on the show.
Yes, Mr. Alan Staple.
Optimistic Prime, Lady K,
dude, I really
Brooke,
like the
Odyssey,
the ladies' night. Dude, that was, I mean, seriously, that
Stephanie.
was fire.
We've had developers come on. And not only that, we have so I have a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, VET came on. Yeah, Vet came on,
That's the thing. I mean, if you're even starting to dip your toe into the space at all and you come across any of these accounts, any of the people that we've had on our show, they're quality people. All of them. They're all building
top of the notch.
They're top of the
notch. They're top of the notch people here on the Dip-a-Toe show. Top of the notch.
They are top of the notch. And, I mean, we've been blessed because they've agreed to come on the show. And, it's really important for us to bring people that are helpful and that are building good things and are good people, that are working together and collaborating.
What's his name? Cool guy. We just had Proof of Life. He just came on the show. I'm brain farting on his name. Holy crap. This is what happens when you hit your 40s.
It goes downhill
all the time.
It goes downhill.
Hold on. He has his show, Coffee and Crypto. What's his name?
Oh, Digital Outlook. Oh no, Coffee. No. Stone.
Stone. God, man,
Stone, and we got to see his wife, Amanda.
Amanda, yes, yeah, Proof of Life. I know that.
I mean, so when you actually go back through it, we've had a lot of different variety of folks on here. We had the Crypto Pass people come on. Fruition Productions came on to talk about news now. Maya and Chris from Fruition, and you're right, they did change it to Fruition News. But those are the producers from Rig for the Start. So when you look back at the history of our channel, we've had a lot of really interesting, good people on the show. Well worth going back through those interviews and listening to what they have to say. And the thing that we try to do on Dip-a-Toe is for you to get to know these people a little bit. So, like we said earlier, there's a lot of channels that do the 10, 15 minute thing. And I mean, I love it because, like I say, I get ready for work, 15 minutes. I put someone's video on, or I'll put Alan Stable on, for his 12 minutes or whatever. And I'm like, I got time for Brad Kimes, and I got time for.
I was gonna ask you. I wanted to ask you this when you were telling that that story. With,
are you naked while you're listening?
No. I wanted to know what I wanted to ask that I wasn't going to, but I'll ask it now because Brad's gone. And this is the Dip-a-Toe show. We just keep it real.
Keep it real. Keep it 100. Keita. How can we forget Keita?
Yeah, Miss Keita. Because the true OGs are never mentioned.
No, exactly. It's a given. Yeah. Keep it 100.
What I want to know is, have you ever been listening to Brad Kimes' show in the morning, right? and he does about a 15 to 20, right? But let's say he did like a 12. But it was like, did you have that moment? Oh shit, am I late? Like, oh my God, it's over? Whoa, I've only done this much. Have you had that happen to you?
I actually have. So here's a funny thing. I set my timer at 7 minutes because 7's like completion to me, like 7 minutes. I put it on, it goes off. I set it for another 7 minutes because Melissa tends to wander off. Like if I get a little bit of extra free time, I think I got time to clean the kitchen and shit, right? Like, and then all of a sudden I'll be like, and then I'll like go, oh my God, I gotta go right now, or I'm like 5 minutes late now. So I like totally, I totally need to time myself. And so when I put a video on, generally, I like to look at how much time I've got and put it on. But you're right, because I will get screwed up because I think they're usually like 15 minutes or whatever they are, whatever their usual thing. If it deviates from that a little bit, my brain will kind of go, oh crap, this is something's wrong. But yeah, I really enjoy them, and so some content is like that, but then when I'm working during the day, I like these longer podcasts like ours for 1 or 2 hours, because I can just put my headphones on and I can work. And I can listen to it without having to constantly, because, you don't want your boss popping in and every 15 minutes you're looking to find a different video. Like, which one do I want to listen to now? I want to, because that's what happens, right?
You're mitigating the risk. I like it. You're mitigating the risk.
Damn, Optimistic is blowing it up. She's like, yep, Brian Gale, Versan. How can we forget?
Joe Schmo
on. And Mr. Joe Schmo. I love Joe Schmo too.
Joe Schmo.
He's a good guy.
Talk about a teddy bear of a dude right there. Joe Schmo is you look up teddy bear, boom, Joe Schmo's pictures right there. I love Joe Schmo.
We had the whole crew from Dark Labs on the show.
Yep, Dark Labs.
And well, of course, she's got Brooke here, but we did mention Brooke. Brooke, we definitely have had a wide variety of awesome interviews. And like I said, we like to get to know them a little bit. And so when you do stumble upon one of our interviews with these people, you're going to get to know them a little bit more than maybe you would by watching their own channel or interviews that other people do. Because, thanks, Staple Crew. Because we do ask them those kind of questions like, how'd you meet digital investor? How'd you become friends? Or, what about your drumming and those types of things? Because I think it's important for people to see, get to know people on a personal level, especially if you're following them every day, or every week or every month or whatever. Optimistic, I'm excited for this year too. This is going to be crazy, a crazy, awesome year. And whether you're going to be worried about it, like I just really want to inspire people to research. If you just stumbled across our Dip a Toe show and you've never thought about researching digital assets before, and maybe you're a truther, because there's so here's what I'm trying to do now is all of my, I don't know if you would call them conspiracy theorists, truth seekers, researchers, investigators, Q people, whatever. I'm starting to bring some of those circles together into this, because I really feel at my core that a lot of those people that I was spending a lot of time with, online basically, or researching with, a lot of them missed the whole financial aspect of what's happening and the clues that have been given. And whether you're listening to a riddle or whether you're go Divvy.
I know. Sorry.
Hi, Manny.
Hi,
Manny.
Love you,
my friend.
Oh, Manny, we love you, bro.
I don't know about that.
That was great time, my friend.
But I just want to say, I want to collide some of these a little bit, because the people that are researching these things, they have the skills, but they just missed it. They missed the financial aspect of a lot of the clues that we were given, back in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. People got fixed in this little box of what they saw and what they thought was happening. And so a lot of those people are very frustrated, particularly now when they saw the Trump thing coming out, where, he's talking about buying Greenland and all these things, and people are kind of hot under the collar about it. They're a little bit pissed off, or they're worried about it, right? And what I say is that, the financial transformation that's happening, it's been in the works for a really long time. All of the countries, I think, are working together, and they had to go through some of these bad things to happen to get to where we're at now. And if you look back when Trump was first elected, during his first term, when there was so much shit being thrown everywhere and distractions being thrown everywhere, he laid a lot of groundwork with the country. So there were significant things that transpired during that first term. And there was a video that someone posted, and actually, if I can find it, I'll post it, where he kind of explains it, the capitulation that took place over the course of his first term in the different countries. And, when I first saw that, because I watched it happen in real time, but I wasn't thinking about the financial system at that point. I was still thinking about just rooting out the bad guys, the corrupt guys,
Sure.
the traffickers, that sort of thing. Okay.
Sure. Then
a couple of years ago, I started to realize, holy stuff, like, holy shit. I said the shit. I said, holy crap, this has to do with the global financial transformation. And when I stumbled upon Ripple, it fit together like a glove. When I found XRP, I didn't find Ripple. I found XRP. I didn't even know about Ripple at first. I found XRP and I started learning about it. And I was like, wow. And then I learned that they were, had something to do with Ripple. And then I'm like, watch the water. What is a bridge? Level playing field. Trust Kansas. All these little cue hints that were given. It's amazing, the crossover. And so I guess what I'm saying is, if there's any of you that are watching that have come across my channel, because I did get some new followers from posting and different things. If you are watching to the end here, please start looking into those things. Please start looking into, you'll thank me later, because your common sense mind and your ability to reason and research, you're going to see what I see. It's amazing. So anyway, I'm off my soapbox, but I just wanted to say that.
Soapbox. Don't forget about our man 68J Chicago coin.
We had 68J. How did we forget?
Baby.
Look at how many people we've had on the show, man. So many good ones.
So many. And
Tony Baggs is in the house. What?
Tony, what's good, Tony Baggs?
Master Tony Baggs. Huh?
Onto the financial side.
Yeah.
When you hit that point in your journey, it's almost like a hurdle that you have to cross. Okay.
Yep.
You have to cross it. You have to dip your toe into tinfoil hat world. You cannot. There's a bleed over. I found Ripple by reading executive orders. From the first Trump administration. There you go. There's the company, right? Yeah, exactly. And so, when you don't think that something can't really be connected to something else, there's a connection. It might be 6 degrees of separation. It might be more. But to the financial part that you're speaking to, Melissa, I saw my perspective on the financial system too. My knowledge of the financial system, small. My knowledge about money and what money is, from my perspective, it's like, okay, I knew. Then it grew from there. But then this awesome thing has happened in the past 3 years. Hardcore for 2. And that is my view of money, and then my view of value. And I have a dip-a-toe perspective of what others have that view. Very successful entrepreneurs, very successful multi-millionaires, very successful wealth builders globally. They have this different view of value in money, in the money system and financial systems and etc. And it's very fascinating to me. And guess what? We definitely have a piece. We have a piece of the pie. And when you recognize what kind of pie is in your hand, you start to look at the money, I'm going to be
amazing
rich. It's like, you're like, actually, I don't value money in the same way that I used to when I didn't have it. Right? When you have the money, you're like, well, now what do I do with it? Great question. Now you're going to do what all the other people that have money, you're going to start building things. You're going to see value in something. You're saying, yeah, let's build that. You're going to pull a Elon. You're going to pull a Trump. You're going to pull a Robert Kiyosaki. Dude, did you actually watch? Trump had, oh my gosh, I can't remember his name. A gentleman that is very into AI, and he's investing $20 billion into our AI market here in the States. I happen to
What is that, the video from a while ago where he was saying he was trying to get him to invest even more? Where he was like, you could do more.
He mentioned that there was another individual that was doing $100 million. They talked about two, but
that was a couple months ago. Or a month ago, right?
I like this part about Mr. Trump, right? Because this is showing like, hey, he's a human, right? And I love it when people do this, right? And he goes, Fred, we'll call it 100. We're just gonna call it. It's 100. And you know what I mean? It's just like, what? You know, that's a real human. A human being would totally do that. You were short. I mean, we're close. We'll call it 100. Maybe we get 2, but we're gonna call it for the 100. You know, it's I found that amusing. But
Middle Eastern guy.
Middle Eastern guy. Yes, a very, very wealthy individual and family. They've done great things with AI across the seas in different countries. But there you are. Yes, Matt Riley, spot on. And we've also had Patrick Riley. Where's Mr. Patrick Riley? We've had him on the show too. But anyways,
yeah, I mentioned them. I did remember them.
Well, I mean, I'm old. I can't hear things sometimes.
I'm old. You're old. I'm old.
My wife.
You're just a baby. Wife. You're just a little baby.
This baby got hearing issues. It's called. I have an acute disability of selected hearing. Selected.
I think Ryan has that selected. Too. Hey guys,
over times.
Anyway. I posted this and I do want your feedback. So since we got 202 people in here right now, 202, and actually I wonder, let me see. I don't know if it's gonna let me post this in here. I'm posting this in here. If you guys can be part of my poll. So I put on there, and this is what I'm trying to decide, Simon. So I say I'm trying to grow my page here on X. From day one, I was trying to grow it, and I've been debating on whether I want to change my profile picture on my private page to my real picture instead of my avatar. So like everybody knows, you know, my little avatar that I have on there, even though it's pretty close to what I look like. I'm wondering if I should make the change because, you know, what do you guys think that they're watching this? Are people more apt? See, that's my little avatar. Are people more apt to want to follow? Are you guys more apt to want to follow people where you actually see their actual photos of themselves? I mean, I originally created the avatar because that's what everybody was doing, right? But like I've noticed people like Toasty and Lady K and, you know, some of these other folks and actually like mainstream real folk that are putting themselves out there, they don't use avatars. They use their face. And so I'm just wondering if I should keep it or not. So far, real photo is winning.
I think you should keep the avatar.
Why? Just I'm curious. I would like to know why. That's what I say. Here's my question.
Because
do you think I should make the change? Why are we not? Do people connect more with real faces? Post your thoughts below. That's what I.
Well, people connect with real faces, but also that's a part of you, right?
Totally.
Like I've struggled with this right here. Simon says crypto, and it's like, well, do I switch the logo? Do I do this? Do I do that? Etc. And I'm just like, dude, it's like established. But I mean, this is part of me right here. You know, I've thought about doing like a headshot, and I agree. I definitely would need a headshot on the website, etc. But you know, dude, that's
thanks, Matt.
That's you. I mean, it wouldn't be bad. I agree with Matt, right? Totally. Either way, I'm just saying, you know, I think that's a part of you that is being brought out of you that people that will not initially see when they connect with you, when they just have the normal human.
It's documented, you know gotta be. It's documented. Yeah,
it's documented.
So Optimistic says just change it when you're inspired to. A lot of people like the avatar. The reason, so here's my reason for it is like, you know, number one, it's not like my face is not out there already, right? Everyone knows what I'm not. I can see a lot of people use avatars for their business or their logos for their business, right? So of course, Dip a Toe Show is going to have a logo for their business. Sure. But when you look at like industry leaders or media personalities, and we are becoming more of a me. I mean, I'm not tooting, but I'm saying, like, what are we striving to do
we're
here?
In there.
We're striving to be somewhat of a media personality or a show personality. So that's where, and then plus I've been following this Alex Finn character on X, who has really good ideas on how people can grow their channels and their pages and stuff on X. And you know, one of the recommendations, plus I used Grok. I asked Grok these questions too, and they say do it because you want to. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks. No, and I agree with you. I'm gonna believe me, I do what Melissa wants to do. I totally do. But I value. I do, and sometimes I do things on the fly, and I
talk to Brian. I talk to Brian all the time, and he tells me. He tells me.
Yeah, I make decisions on the fly, but this one is important, and the reason I'm posing this question now is because we're early in 2025. You can sip your wine on camera. We don't mind. I'm doing a keg stand.
She doesn't drink the wine, bro. She drinks the White Russian, baby. She drinks the White Russian. Yeah.
But so I don't know. And so I wanted to get the perspective out there. You know, so far there's 10 votes, 90 say real photo, 10% says keep the avatar. And you're right. When you change it, people have to adapt, but that's part of it. Just go with your heart, express however you feel in the moment.
You should take another poll. Say, should I fire Simon or not?
No. Why would I say that?
Come on, man. Get out of here. Sorry.
No firing, Simon.
I hit a sensitive part. I'm sorry.
Dude, we're in 20 countries now, bruh.
Yeah, 20. Hey, you know what? I bet. Well, was it? Yeah, no, I'll say it because this is why. I bet you there's a few of those countries that maybe I can't technically visit.
Well, but you're dipping that toe in that country on the back.
I found a way. Thank you, Niall.
Huh?
And Rob, thank you, Niall. Rob.
Kelly says bad joke, Simon.
I know. Geez, I was like, hey, I was just playing games, y'all. I was just playing that. When Debo walks by, I don't say much. When Debo leaves, I'll be talking again. Sorry,
Debo.
Yeah,
what's Debo?
Bro, Melissa?
I am naive sometimes. I will say.
No. Just hear me out here. And I know it's a challenging for you, but okay, I want you to. this is what I want for you, and I want you to promise me, if you're able to, if you can commit to it. When you finally hit crypto rich and you can walk away from your day job, I want you to take 4 weeks and you are to watch Friday, the movie Friday. That's a movie reference that I just there. Okay. With Ice Cube. Okay.
I did watch it before. I have watched it.
Okay.
Before.
All right. Okay. All right.
I
Good,
did
good.
watch that one.
You have to watch. You have to watch all the Avenger movies in succession order. Now, bro,
those I have not watched that,
dude. But
I need someone to list them for me. Friday, Tio Trini, I can't wait to hug you and your wife's necks when we see each other again in Vegas.
No, I can't wait either. Trini is one of the nicest people and the smartest people. Like he's soft spoken. And then like
Pinky Blinders
when he gets
leaving.
excited, it's awesome. What's up?
We love you. Thank you for coming by. They're zonking out. Take care. Nice meeting you. I am you. See you again. Good night, Becky and all. I love your profile pic too. I like the glasses and the hat.
By order of the Peaky Blinders.
I love it. I like it a lot.
That's a great show. Have you watched that show?
What? I like it. I like it a lot.
No, not I like it a lot. My name is Simon.
Oh.
No, Peaky Blinders. Have you watched that show?
No, I didn't even know it was a show. I was going to ask him before he left to say like, why did you name your thing Peaky Blinder? What does that mean?
That's a really good show too. Mm-hmm.
Amanda is throwing out the tech terms. Totally loved it. PFP. I need to sharpen up on my vocab. I think
you just need to pick out a number of when you're going to sell some of your digital assets, so you don't have to work anymore, so you can play catch up on all these things you want to do. Okay, just like me, I'm in the same boat.
Damn, I'm getting blasted. What? You didn't know about the show? Listen, guys.
I'm sorry. Look,
let me
just researched it. Hold on, I got this.
I do not watch TV.
Okay. She does not watch TV. She literally digs deep all day, every day, crypto space and more, and brings that stuff to you guys. So yeah, she hasn't watched like a whole bunch of movies that probably maybe she should know 1 or 2 things about, but whatever. Get off her, man.
Yeah.
I mean, but seriously, you haven't watched Peaky Blinders?
I know I haven't. You know what? What I was really enjoying was the show Resident Alien, like last year, I think it was. I freaking love that show. I loved that show. Brian and I was
you put me on that. You put me on that. We were running out of stuff. It's not like there's a lot of good quality stuff to even like zone out to. But that was one. That was a good show. Thank you for the recommendation. That one was
I liked Resident Alien and I liked the show Found. But I have to say when they both came back, like so like you start watching a show and then they leave and then they come back. It was different. It had a different vibe to it. And so now I can't get Ryan to watch Found with me. He doesn't like it anymore, but he liked it in the beginning. We both really liked it. I still like it. I would watch it, but yeah, I don't really, I feel like I'm wasting my time. I know that when I'm watching it, although I think it is healthy to take a little, break and watch a movie or watch a TV show or something. I watched the football game, guys, and I was so thank you, Susan. I watched the Detroit Lions win and become the first seed, and that was very exciting for me being in Michigan because I'm not a huge football fan. I do watch it. Ryan likes to watch football, and I usually like to watch college football. Don't usually watch the big league type football, but Gotta Be watches us and Brad Kimes. So this was like a perfect show for you tonight, Brad, or Gotta Be. But anyway, when I saw them win, and I was super excited about that, so I did watch a little bit of football. But other than that, I mean, I'm listening to content, whether I've slowed down a little bit on the conferences because really, truthfully, there's so much happening in this space on a daily by hour basis. it's really hard to keep up on it all. And like, you need to read something or watch something or listen to something and then let it stew and absorb, and then really think about what does it mean to you, right? Like recently, there's the whole thing, and I posted about it on X, the whole thing about Ripple becoming partnering up with Chainlink. And a lot of people, I started seeing posts where people were really pissed off that they weren't using Flare. And so, you know, I have been using Grok a lot. It's actually pretty darn good for being able to ask it some questions and pulling in, different perspectives in that. But I really didn't understand what that whole thing was. And so I think, whenever you guys come across something and you don't particularly know what people are talking about, look it up and kind of teach yourself a little bit about it. And, from my research on it, I'm like, hey, it looks to me like they could use both of them in the future. It's not one or the other. And then that supports my thesis, my theory that, this is going to be an interoperable world. There's not one chain to rule them all. There's not one company is going to take it all. And you don't want that. Even if you are, people were saying, but Ripple invested in Flare. Well, yes, they did, but you don't want one company dominating everything. That's how we got to the shitty situation that we're at now. You want the pie to be spread out, and you want us all kind of working together, but you want that backup in the event that you need to leave and go somewhere else, right?
But look at okay, they have a partnership, these two, Ripple and Chainlink. This is good because here you have two projects. Well, okay, one company, another company has a project, and the other one has other projects and is the custodian of a token, or as the XRP, right? And now they're coming together because they both see value. Hey, you guys do this very well. We think we could take that using our product to do this with it. I think there could be a good play there. And they've come together and they've sat down, and now they've made an official announcement of hey, we're doing a deal together. Okay, I wouldn't look at it as anything more than that. You look at was it Songbird? Flare. You look at Flare, it's like, hey, we don't know what's happening with Flare. There could still be a deal there, but they might be a few years out or more, right? And we have no idea that in fact that is Flare, is Chainlink replacing Flare on every level? Dude, we don't know that. We're not in the meeting. I mean, we could speculate, but it doesn't mean that they're out. And this is good because, okay, let's say Flare doesn't initially go with Ripple, or rather vice versa, right? Ripple says, hey, Flare, we like you, but we have found somebody else. That's business. But that's not going to stop Flare. Flare might work out all their bugs, leapfrog Chainlink in some way, and be like, hey, we have this to offer you, Ripple. We still have a good relationship with you, or rapport, and there could still be a deal, a deal made that way, some way, somehow. Look at XDC. XDC is a whole different thing. And Quincy Jones, my man, your boy Quincy, love you, dude. He often has said that each one of these coins and network are going to be part of a specific sector and do a certain function within that industry, right? Think about it. You have logistics. Well, what kind of logistics? Well, you got air, you got trucking, you got sprinter vans. Okay, that's one part of logistics. What other logistics? You got boats. You might have data logistics, right? Think about that for a minute. Transferring information back and forth, that's logistics. That's one component. You might be in the food industry. Well, what's part of the food industry?
Right.
Oh, I'm in agricultural. Okay, that's part of the food industry. What else? Well, there might be just the harvesting part. Okay, great. Oh, interject logistics. Okay, that's got to go to the processor. The processor's got to get it all prepped up for the producers, which are the bakers, etc., so on and so forth. You think about just major sectors and dissect it down. Literally, there is a piece for everybody to apply these projects in there. Look at IMU TV. Great example, right? That's tomorrow's TV right there.
Yep.
Right? They're going to replace Netflix, literally, in my opinion.
A lot of people, it's giving the choice.
Yeah,
for sure. And so when I looked up, and everything you said is correct. When I looked up, and I just asked, like, could Ripple use both Chainlink and Flare Network? And just by asking that question, it gave me answers into, and this might not be exactly correct, but I think it's pretty damn close. That yes, it could theoretically use both Flare and Chainlink, but for different purposes with different implications, because the Flare network, they've shown integration capabilities with XRPL through the introduction of the XRP, which allows XRP to be used across different ecosystems via their layer cake protocol.
Right there, different ecosystems.
But it aims to bring smart contracts functionality to XRP, which would enhance that utility in the decentralized finance applications. So the future potential of that would be if XRPL were to natively support smart contracts, then Flare's capabilities could be further leveraged for providing decentralized oracles directly to the XRP ledger's smart contracts. But now the Chainlink integration with XRP Ledger, so they provide Oracle services, and they could be used on the XRP Ledger to fetch external data for smart contracts if XRPL were to expand into areas like DeFi or any other applications requiring real-world data integration. They have an established reputation for providing secure and decentralized data feeds, which could complement XRPL's already existing capabilities, especially in scenarios where specific off-chain data is needed for contract execution.
And that's important right there.
So in conclusion,
off-chain, right? Off-chain data, right?
They could indeed use both Flare Network for its interoperability and smart contract capabilities, and Chainlink for its specialized Oracle services. So so it's going to just really depend too, like when they sign these contracts to do business together, if one, and I think it would be stupid if one or the other said, well, we're only going to sign with you if you don't sign with this one, right? So provided they don't say you can't, but to me, in my opinion, Ripple holds the cards to all of this of whether they're going to use one or not. So I just say, don't jump to conclusions whenever we see something come out. It doesn't necessarily mean that is the only thing that's happening. And I've had to tell myself this because I get excited when news comes out and I think, woo, this means this and, whatever. And I'm like Jojo, the circus boy, all hyped up on Mountain Dew about something. Slow your roll back. Yeah, VeChain is a big logistics as well. Yes, I got a little VeChain.
Yeah.
Accenture is huge. So, I mean, and basically there's so many opportunities out there for in building going on for interoperability. And I think the more choice that you have, the other thing that I put out on X2 was, yes, it's nice to have everything in-house or controlled by you, right? But it's also good to let certain parts, like people do things that they do it really well, let them do it, right? When you start trying to tackle every little detail of every single thing, you're going to fail because you can't do it all. You can't do it all well. There's only so many hours in the day, or you really have to trust everybody that's doing it, like that you hire in-house. And sometimes that's harder to control a single employee unit of people working on a project than it is to hire a company who specializes in that thing. Do you see what I'm saying? So I think it's
business.
Great.
That's business. I mean, that's straight up business. Let's go back to the contract that you're talking about. There's not one contract, one type of contract, one format of contract that is the standard. There isn't. There's a rule book Depending on your country, in the U.S., we have states, and then you have the counties, and then you have the cities. That's a lot of standards right there, right? I mean, so and now interject global population to that. Like, no, there's going to be, like you're saying, there'll be different networks, different tokens, coins, etc., that will be applicable to specific needs and situations, and they will be. This is where we get into the interoperability, and that's crucial, right? When people say that that's big, it's like no. Now jurisdiction A and jurisdiction B can talk to each other. Like, imagine if I had a contract in the U.S. and you had a contract in whatever country you're in, but all of a sudden now we put them on this network and they can talk to each other and execute the trade order, etc., and be in total 100% compliant, both in your jurisdiction and in my jurisdiction. Ta-da! Like, ta-da! As simple. Ta-da! I say ta-da like it's nothing, dude. Are you kidding me? The amount of work, communication, etc., time, energy that went into that thing. How valuable is the dang contract? Holy crap. Not that contract, but just the things that are working. Interoperability, crazy. This is where we get into the international legislation, protocols, everything that's coming out there. This man, I was on a call.
The MiCA.
The MiCA and the you and I talked on the phone because I was on a Mr. Mann's town hall on a Friday, and he had Smoke on there, and Smoke was talking about the MiCA. Fire. And then there was the I know, dude.
I listened back to it. It was awesome.
Did you? Oh yeah. And then he saw, it was, dude. It was great. And the perspective that Smoke and Mr. Mann give, okay, top the perspective of like, they have their like personal opinions, but boy, can they flip off the light switch on their personal stuff and say, hey, this is like the 50,000 foot view.
Yeah.
Emotions are not available here. Like, this is what it is. Look where this is going, right? So you might want to start participating. And I mean, I know you we were talking about on the phone, and you're like, wow, Sam, you've actually come a long way on a certain topic that we're not going to discuss on here. But in truth, yes, because finally some lines in the sand were drawn a little bit more detailed, as opposed to being all flaky general and change your opinion, right? And for me, that's what I'm looking for personally. Off that topic, in order to, it's just the way it is. I'm slowly succumbing to it. My direct approach on these things for my wealth building is immature. And what I mean by that is I've never been wealthy before. I've never had to think wealthy before. And and I am taking accountability of that and saying, hey, you really need to start learning what the current wealth builders before you have done and why they say do this and why they say do that and so on and so forth. So that being said, look at the rules and look at them again. Look at who's making the rules, because these rules can affect you, but they're not really directed at you. These are for them in that big jurisdiction. Like literally. Okay. So yes, you don't matter in the equation. Okay. Because you're not part of that deal. But if you want to be at that table or be able to participate with that table, whatever that is, you're going to have to find a way to circumvent. That's a bad word. To navigate and apply. I know. Oops. And navigate those rules and figure out how to make them work for you, because that's what big wealthers do. What's up? What do you got?
Well, I was just, I posted something earlier. You just jogged my memory about, Bitcoin investor surrenders keys to $124 million stash. Federal prosecutors detailed a years-long scheme of tax fraud, ordering an early Bitcoin investor to surrender their keys. So basically, this person, because why? Because this person.
No, I said how. I said, how did they do that? How they just order them? I mean, like.
Right. Well,
I'm not going to get to that. Leave my comment alone.
Yeah. Fat Tony said, pardon my French, but they can go and F right off. They can go F right off. But so basically, decrypt.co, if anybody's interested, they had an article on this that the federal judge ordered an early Bitcoin investor to surrender their keys to approximately 124 million. According to the order issued by U.S. District Judge Robert Pittman on Monday, Algren, I don't know if I'm saying that right, must disclose all private keys and identify any devices that he used to store crypto, such as hardware wallets. The order extends beyond just wallet access. Algren must, and any associates are prohibited from transferring or hiding any digital assets without court approval, though they can use funds for normal monthly living expenses, which I find interesting. The order aims to help recover about $1 million in restitution following Algren's December conviction. So basically, last year, federal prosecutors released a 7-count indictment against Richard Algren III, also known as Paco, marking the first United States criminal tax evasion case centered solely on crypto trading. The Texas resident faced 3 counts of filing false tax returns, 4 counts of illegal structuring of cash deposits. By December of last year, Algren was sentenced to 2 years in prison for falsely reporting capital gains he earned from selling $3.7 million worth of Bitcoin. Instead of paying the taxes he knew were due, he lied to his accountant about the extent of the large portion of his gains. This is why he got in trouble, because he freaking filed a tax return and he lied.
But he blatantly lied. Okay,
he
now
blatantly lied.
Okay,
yes.
So I'm gonna go. Okay, blatantly lied continuously.
Think about how rich he's gonna be when he gets out of prison.
if he kept just 2% of a Bitcoin.
Oh, Tristo's here.
Yeah, I know.
Hello, friend.
What's good? I know. What's good, homie? Where am I going with that? Okay, so there's a line in the sand. Okay. And depending on how you went about it, I went about things differently, because I did research that said, look, until this is resolved or more lines are in the sand, then great. But right now there isn't, and I'm doing what I feel I must do to protect the digital assets that I manage. So that being said, those are choices. But see, I think there's a fine line between, and there is a fine line. Okay. And you have to discover where this fine line is. If you go back and read what you were saying just a minute ago, he lied to his accountant on the extent of his gains. Okay. So right there, he says, yes, I got gains. Well, how much? Oh, it's only this much. It's like, okay, you're in that position now where you're reporting your gains. Okay, that's one thing. There's that box on the form. Depending on how you did your taxes or who did them for you, there was an option to not check the box, like literally not check the box. Maybe that was something you did. And in fact, I do want to get Mr.
Donnelly.
Donnelly, thank you. Yes, I'd like to get him on the show to kind of talk about this, because I actually know other individuals that have waited for certain agencies of this country to get their stuff together to say, this is the process. I said process like Amanda. Process. Process. And this is where it really needs to be. And so now depending on what you did, there may be an option for you to say, hey, I'm ready to do this and be straight and narrow, because you finally guys have given me a damn straight and narrow hallway to go down, not this walk of faith into the dark while you feel knives going by your face.
Yeah.
I get that.
Let's pretend it's clear when it's really not.
Yeah. So there's definitely a difference. Like there's intent to 110% deceive, and then there's to intent to go, I'm not going to let this go right now, but I'm willing to work out something in the future, because you're not getting the whole fucking bag, or whoops, you're not getting the whole freaking bag either. I'm sorry, earmuffs.
Sorry, you too.
it's just that. And so me saying all this is a component of the wealth building. Okay, there's some moments where you're like, I'm not paying the tax man stuff. Okay, that might be your W-2 days, right? Where you are remembering taxes go out, it's a lot. You barely have enough to do X, Y, Z to breathe, live, etc. Okay, I get that. Most of us have been there, and most of us still are. We're waiting for crypto rich, At least you didn't say the poo word.
Like I did.
No, I said, I said,
oh, no. What?
Oh. Shit. Anyways, all right, we have officially gone off the rail.
What's happening, Richard? What's happening?
I say all this to all of us have a digital asset. It really is an asset. You have a thing that you can build wealth with at any level.
Yep.
And because you are now a wealth builder, and you're probably the first one in your family to really do it like this and like that, and then it would behoove you to read the rules and really get a lot of solid
I never say that.
Solid information. No, she did. I did. She said the other one. And understand, rather know and be extremely aware of what you have to do and how can you make it beneficial to you in the future.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of different ways to do that. But like I said before, this shit ain't for sissies.
It totally isn't for sissies. We've went way over 10.
We have.
I was gonna cut it right at 2 hours, and look what I did. I let it go beyond.
Let's go.
I will say this to wrap it up.
Final thoughts.
My final thoughts are this. What we just read about, that is somebody that is like 3.6 million or whatever, lots of money. Definitely kind of went to a fraudulent direction with intent to deceive. Mm-hmm. You're always going to get in trouble when you're intentionally trying to deceive. If you want to play in that system, you got to play in the system the correct way. You're either dipping your toe in it or out of it, but you can't be both. You can't both feed in and play that game and expect that something bad's not going to happen. However, those of us poor folk that have been dipping our toe and getting our little bags and whatever, we got the little people. Like we're probably good. Like we're just learning to navigate. We're not moving millions of dollars. We're not selling millions of dollars. And just so you know, when it comes to the millions of dollar gains, if you get that far, the eyes are going to be on you, man. I don't care where you got your money. When you start moving it around to sell it and cash out,
all the
eyes,
the FBI's,
like the FBI,
the IRS eyes,
everybody eyes is going to be on
the ex-wife eyes, all of them.
So like what Simon is saying, preparing yourself both mentally and with your team of people and strategizing, figuring it out. And I mean, I don't know that most people that are holding little bags, whether you got a little bag of 100 or 1,000 or 10, 12 different kind of coins that you're holding, in the future, they are going to go up in value. Most of them, I don't know, because I'm speculating. I don't know. I don't know what everybody's holding, but most people that are holding some of the ones that we talk about on the show, they're probably going to end up doing pretty well. And if you're preparing yourself mentally for that, you're probably going to be in pretty good shape. Those of you that are little baby bags, those of you that are trying to skirt the game or what do they call it? Cheat the system or whatever. I lost my keys in the boating accident. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if that's gonna really fly.
I lost my keys in the boating.
I lost my boat in the boating, and like I heard that a lot, like a funny joke. Okay, but the mindset that subscribes to that, you might have lost them in a boating accident to where you're not using it anymore, or like you've just put it off to the side. But the minute you go to touch that crypto that's in that lost ledger that you can't find, they're gonna see the money move. So that's a funny joke. It's funny to joke about, but it's really seriously, if anybody that is parroting that and actually some newbies comes on and thinks that that's true, that they're going to be able to use that as an excuse. Don't think for 1 second that guy that's in jail right now and they've been mandated to give up his keys. Okay. Does he have to give it? They can't force it out of him, but they sure as hell can keep him in jail. Like, look at the January 6th people that are in jail for how long? They've been in jail forever. They haven't done really, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying someone can be put in jail for something that they didn't do. And I'm not saying January 6ers didn't do anything or whatever. I'm just saying somebody can be put in jail for something that they didn't do and the key thrown away. And the system, you can't get out, right? So these guys that are trying to skirt around paying tax or filing claims.
Sounds like a little bit more than just a little skirts.
Yeah,
if you ask me. I mean,
millions of
but I get
dollars.
you.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking millions of dollars that they cheated on. So I mean, just don't do what that person did. Don't think that that's going to be
read the article and
look
within yourself and say, is that going to be me in like?
Is that going to be me
years?
in a couple of years, maybe? Let's see. She says, well, we got to go. But at the same time, I'm glad I'm starting with so little, no capital gains, but I have to start with keeping track. I feel so much better when it's done once. I always do my own taxes. Did I do good? Did I do optimistic? Did I do it good?
Yeah.
I tried to.
Yeah. Yes. No, that and optimistic. And I like what you do there. I like that you.
I have to pay my taxes. Yeah. I'm happy to pay my taxes or offset with charity.
Offset with the charity. Yeah.
Good for you.
Fantastic. That's very fantastic. That's
awesome. Really? I didn't know Helvetics has a tax software that will look at for wallets. Interesting. I'm gonna have to follow up on that. We have so many people that we want to bring on the channel. I think coming soon, I have to connect with Text XRP. Like we want to get a hold of the XRP Cafe guys, XRP Market.
Gotta get Adam on this show, bro. Adam, I know you're busy, dog. I know you're busy, bro, but we got to get you on. I'm going to call Quincy, tell him to blow you up.
Let's get him on. And so, guys, look forward to more guests. I was actually on a space today that Stephanie was on, the Island
Girl.
Island Ghost, not girl.
Ghost.
Island Ghost. And she was like, hey, she had me come up, and there was a bunch of people with projects on there too. And I wanted to say one thing. I bought me some, or I put an order in. I didn't look to see if it's filled yet, for some butt token of Optimistic Prime's blue umbrella token. I finally figured out how to do it myself, because I wanted to do everything myself. So I got that. I set a trust line for Reaper. So I got as far as that last night. I've been sick actually for the past couple of days, but I was trying to get some stuff done last night and teach myself while I was laying there in bed. So I've gotten as far as setting the trust line for that. I did the order for the butt token. The butt token. And I did the order for a specific 3-2-1-1-2-3. So that's why I didn't just do market. What I had to do, because I wanted to do 3-2-1-1-2-3 for the mirror. Because I thought it was kind of cool. I wanted to get an exact amount. Anyway, so I'm dabbling and dipping my toe into some of our favorite friends' projects. And so I've got to do the ARC still. For Gottapee's project, I gotta figure out how to connect all that stuff. So, I'm working on it. I baby stepping it, but I definitely need to get that on. Yeah. Now you got to go get your trust line set up for ARC. Yes. That's my next thing is the
when she's throwing all her stuff around the office. My God, yeah, we got.
I can't hear a thing.
That's good. That's good. Nothing but awesome comments coming from this guy right here as I show you my mail. That's a lot of good thoughts right there. I'm happy that you're participating in all these people's projects. It reminded me that I actually have to find a password for a wallet so I can participate as well. I have a location on the password, which was great because it's a wallet that I was starting to become familiar with, but I wasn't obsessively compulsively going through it like I normally do. So that's a little out of pocket for me, but this is just life. And so actually, because of this opportunity, it gave me a chance to, again, look in my everyday doings and going, oh, hey, you're kind of dropping the ball here. Where's your password? Oh, that's right. This requires this. It's either here, here, or here. Yeah. It's like, well, let's go look at the first place. Nope. Let's go look at the second place. Nope. Third place. I haven't checked yet. So after the show and after dinner, then that'll be on. So
it's really hard to, because Simon, I have my stuff in such a convoluted way. Like really,
sticky notes everywhere.
No, like where I keep it, where my password is, different phone, different this. All it's convoluted. I did it that way intentionally to protect myself and to prevent me from making crazy decisions on the fly. But now that I'm dipping my toe into the XRP ledger and being able to do that, like I have a wallet set up now where I can, it is on my phone because that is the way it's intended to be used, right? I believe that the Zaman wallet is intended to be on the phone. And so I'm dipping my toe into that a little bit. I'm only setting trust lines for people that I trust though. I trust Reaper. I trust the ARC. I trust Amanda's butt token. I trust Nile. We did it with the protectors, that sort of thing. I trust those. I'm not going to go out there randomly setting trust lines for tokens to get, hey, there's a free airdrop on this. I don't really give a crap about getting free unless there's a reason behind it. If I don't understand it, I don't want it. And maybe that's stupid, but I don't, me, I don't dip my toe into, I'm a cautious person. And I want to encourage everybody else to be cautious. Maybe you don't have to go overboard like I am as cautious, but I'm pretty cautious. And I feel like there's all these free things. And I will tell you guys, it's hard for me because I'm getting tagged in things now for all these different things. And if I don't retweet your tweet, it's not because I don't want to support you and retweet. It's because I don't know what you're tagging me. I don't know what that project is, right? And until I know it, I'm not going to click links and I just don't. I just don't do that. But I also realize by having friends like Amanda, Optimistic Prime, and Reaper and Greg and, K Buddy, all these guys, Lady K, they do know these things. They knew how these things work. And so there's the airdrops and the contests and all the fun things that you can participate in. And so I do want to participate in Rosemary, and I do want to participate in these types of things. So that's why it's really important to have a network of folks that you get to know. And that's part of what a purpose that this show serves as well, is because we kind of come together on Wednesdays and we're talking, we're sharing what we know so that we're just not out there blindly following, because there's a lot of shills out there, So, and I said,
it's kind of
shut my mouth, but I kept on talking.
Oh, 222 people on the show. That's universe telling me, give me a sign that I got to do something. That's a sign. That's a sign. That's a sayonara.
Do you have a screaming like?
I closed out of it, but now I was looking for stuff like that where we could go.
Oh, wait, what? Rob Nichols, over 5,000 trust lines and will be usable on IMU TV and IMC. Okay, Rob, we're going to have you come back on and explain. Once you guys are up and running, like for real, because Niall's going to send me the details and stuff on like how to get our show to like stream to your thing and all this stuff.
Good, because we need to know that.
Yeah. Yes, he's gonna let it. He is like working on it, and he's gonna let us know how to do it. But like he's saying, over 5,000 trust lines will be usable on IMU TV and IMC. I don't exactly know what that means, to be honest, other than like, is that because these projects or because these musicians, like they can sell, like Vessi, I think her name was Vessi, that was on our show. She created her own token to sell. And so like you can create private events and different things like that. And so that's where I think the trust line comes in, or maybe they give back to their fans or something like this. So I definitely, see, I have the trust line for the XFT. And that's what you're going to be using, right, Rob, to like go into maybe private viewings or something. If I'm not mistaken. But it's very cool. Yeah, Matt says so cool to know developer people. It is really cool. Whoops. It's so cool. Simon's been a godsend. Oh, you're a godsend, Simon. Huh? He is.
Well, every now and again, the Lord's got to send a screwball down here to I'm holding out for a hero till the morning light. It's gotta be strong and it's gotta be hold on. All right, story time real quick, since we're gonna probably take it to 3 hours anyways. Okay, that song from Footloose. Okay, I used to have my mom and my stepdad play that song on wax. For all that you don't know what wax is, that's a vinyl record. And my mom had a sewing mat. It was made out of cardboard, right? So this is where I'm going, because I'm a late 70s, early 80s kid. And so they would lay it out. They would play that song for me. Huh? And
Megan T's got a crush on you.
She does. She does. She makes damn good cookies too. As well. Both the Megan and the Megan that I know make damn good cookies.
There's a Megan. Yeah. This one's a Megan.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. Oh, beautiful peach pie. Delicious. So they used to they would put out this mat, cardboard, turn off the lights. They'd both take flashlights and move them around like this, and I would be breakdancing. Hey, I would appreciate that you don't say better for worse. Let's just keep it to yourself.
His wife is above you. Just so you know, Greg. Just saying.
Greg, actually, you will meet my wife, and you'll say the same thing that everybody else has said about my wife.
She's a badass.
What? Why'd she marry you? And then I'll tell you, because she loves a good charity case.
Oh. No.
I'll tell you that. No. Oh, no. There's a joke there. She's upstairs laughing right now. There's a joke. Yeah. No, there's a joke there. Definitely for the better. I know. Greg, I gotta be. Sorry, we're all and Nana. Gotta be. Yeah, gotta be.
People
crushing
ask me that about my wife too.
I am very.
Yeah, his wife is a badass too. Oh wait. I keep getting missing up. People ask that about my wife too. Yeah,
right.
His wife.
Cool. So we're both charity cases. I knew we had a connection, brother.
Yeah, he's got a strong, good woman. Strong, good woman too.
Was she in Vegas?
No, I didn't meet her in Vegas. I don't think she was,
because I remember it was Brooke, and I talked with Brooke, and Gotta Be was there, and Patrick, and I actually chatted up Patrick and Gotta Be at the Thursday night pre-funk. By the way, come out to Vegas. I mean, if nothing else, come out for that.
Right.
I mean, if you can,
come out,
don't worry about it. Like legit, don't
for the party.
Come out to the party. It's going to be a real good time. Like it
was great.
I love that.
This year's going to be better than ever.
Better than ever.
Better than ever. If I can ever get these people to call me back. I'm like, really? Call me back? Like, come on. What the hell is the deal?
Yeah. I'm bringing Mrs. Says with me. She's gonna be there.
I'm bringing Ryan.
Sweet, good, awesome.
Everybody's going to see that he actually exists.
I know. Yeah. You know what? Maybe we should call it that. Maybe we should call the Dipito Stable Crew and Friends Proof of Life Party. And we'll bring our significant others to say, yeah, I am married to this fine, sexy thing, Ron.
Oh, Megan says, I can share a little. I got big love for you all from backstage.
Yes, she does.
Oh, we love you. We love you too. Yeah. Yeah. I appreciate you sharing them with me on Wednesday nights.
There's Niall.
It's appreciative. I'm appreciative.
Our utility token at the Independent Universe. All right, here, let me put up on the thing. Ding. The XFT will be our utility token at the Independent Music Universe. We'll come on and break it down closer to IMC's relaunch. We get the Dipito Broadcasting Global on TV. Love it.
I just realized it's Niall. Niall's just got in here.
Yeah. Did you have another beverage off camera?
No,
you were drinking wine. You were drinking wine off camera. Where's your bartender, dude? He's Johnny on the spot, isn't he?
My bartender's downstairs. Totally downstairs.
You know, if you move the breakers upstairs into your office, you can just turn one off to this TV. That'll let them know, hey, come up here and give me a bevy.
I need that. I need a buzzer.
Hey,
you know, when we moved in,
you delete this video after this. I don't want to be held accountable for that.
When we moved into this house in the basement, there was a light, like a siren light that was hooked up. And so basically when someone would ring the front doorbell, the thing would be like a light would flash on. I need that for my offiess. We took it out.
You
should not have taken it out
on air. You need the on air like.
Yes. Like I need help.
You need the Goonies light. You've seen Goonies, right?
Yes, I've seen Goonies.
Okay, all right. They have the light upstairs where it lets them know someone's at the front porch.
Someone's at the front porch.
Yeah,
exactly. Alarm.
Yeah, I'm definitely still getting one of those.
Why don't people talk more about the possibilities of utility token like charities and voting status with the charities and how blockchain works with accountability? Oh, who's this? Mofo Shiznak.
Mofo Shiznak.
I love Mofo Shiznak. I love it. Yeah, you need to talk with.
You know what? I don't know what I don't know what it is about that name, but I'm hungry right now.
I'm hungry. Mofo Shiznak. I need a little Shiznak.
Man, that's great.
You know what? You're right, Mofo. Facts. We should totally talk. We have talked about utility tokens and stuff. And we've had ARC Greg from Gotta Be came on from ARC to talk about the charities, their charities, and how they're connected with the Reaper Financial. We did several shows on them. But yeah, Gotta Be said, reach out, Mofo.
Feel free to reach out, Mofo.
Yeah, reach out. Thank you for coming to Dip a Toe. We appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah, and thanks for throwing a comment in the chat and saying, hey, just
100%.
Bring some awareness to something. Hey, I'm not seeing this a lot. Why don't we talk about this? Fair play. Absolutely. Let's get some more.
It would be super cool before we left if 234 people that are watching, which is amazing, would go to @Dip-a-Toe on YouTube and Rumble, @Dip-a-Toe Show on X, and subscribe, hit the like, put a comment.
Do some of this.
Help us out because
let me get it.
But I guess the more likes you get and comments or whatever, it helps with the algorithm, I suppose. Oh, thank you. You got a new subscriber. Well, we love you and we appreciate. We hope to see you back here. We're here every Wednesday at 8 p.m. We're only supposed to go for 2 hours, but a lot of times we go over. And if
it's 2025, we gotta, raise the bar at least every now and again. It's 2025.
But if you're just popping in, and if you're familiar with Brad Kimes' Digital Perspectives, we interviewed him at the first half of the show. And he talked about the XRP 2025, XRP Las Vegas conference that most of us are going. Don't get me singing I Need a Hero now. I'm optimistic. I think I already said.
It's already in my head.
But Mofo Shiznak, how did you find us, by the way? Are you watching us on YouTube? Did you stumble upon it, or did somebody tell you about our show, or what? Just curious. The time spent was so worth it. Time spent.
Here,
we are the hero.
Oh,
we are the hero of our own story. Optimistic. Optimistic is one of my favorite people, you guys. Just so you know.
I know she's
hey, buddy, too.
She's literally right up. She's literally
actually,
right over there. I'm literally pointing at the general direction of where she lives across in relation to where I'm at.
All the people that come here you guys are my favorites. You're all my favorites. Like, you come here, you're in the chat it's like, I just love it. You know, you are my gyros. What does that mean?
Gyros.
What's a gyro? I don't get it.
What? Okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
Hold on. Go to the next one. I will.
Hero.
I will.
Hero. Is that another word for hero? Toto. Dun 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 dun. Huh? Huh? Rob? Oh no! Oh no! No G sound. No G sound.
Oh wait, is there incriminating?
No.
Is there? No.
You
G
guys
sound?
didn't like. Wait, no. You don't like my singing? Wait, hold on. I'm gonna be a superstar one day. Inception. What is it? I don't even.
I'm just making sure I don't have any incriminating evidence on here. Hold on.
Don't show it, man. Don't show it. Okay. All right. Gyroscope.
Or.
Huh?
Hold on.
Please don't be so. Oh yeah. Well, that's what I thought, but I was like, well, what does that mean? Because I'm freaking hungry right now. Just so you know. So thanks a lot, Greg. You made me hungrier. I need a drink and a gyro. Is a gyro? A gyro. It's a euro. I want a euro. That's what he was saying. I get it now. Totally went over my head, but I just connected. I made the connection. Huh?
Look at that. Gotta be helping us out with the enunciations. I like it. It's a sandwich.
I like to go to the restaurant and say, yeah, could I get a gyro, please? A chicken gyro? A gyro? Actually, if I don't know how to pronounce something, I'll just say, I'll just have this. And I'll like point to the menu. That's what I want. Huh?
Third menu on the right, second one down. I want that.
Yeah, just give me that, or I'll say my man's gonna order for me.
my man's gonna order for me.
Baby, you tell him what I want. You know.
Oh, hey, we're sharing,
I do the old. I'm going to the bathroom. Can you order for me? We're sharing
the market. I'm sorry, I'm sharing the market. Okay, we've officially gone off the rails. Okay, my final thoughts. We'll get the
final
plug out
thoughts. We're
here.
Leaving. God, darn. It's like
my final thoughts are: I'm so very, very grateful to all of you that are watching the show. The past year being a part of this channel has been such a wonderful experience that I really feel like this is a part of actually why I'm on this planet, and I'm doing it right here, right now. Right, I've been looking for things like that, and there's a few things. I got 5 things that I'm working on right now. And I have every one of you to thank that have watched this show. Melissa, I thank you for having me on the show and including me on this adventure, and as well as everybody else that I have been on their show. It's been an epic time, and I have received so much love from you guys just participating in the chat that nothing in this world can take that away from me. And when I go and graduate, I'm going to take y'all with me. In here and in here. So thank you. Those are my final thoughts.
Well, that was beautiful.
And Brad, thanks for coming on the Dip a Toe show.
I know.
You came on in.
Come on in. Brad Bob's Dip a Toe. Yeah. And Rob says, I'm so happy I met you all. You're both great. So much love for you both. We love you too, Rob. I mean, we're gonna get together in Vegas. Faux show. I love you too, K buddy. Hey, Susan loves my singing. Thank you, Susan. I appreciate that. Yes, I want to thank everybody for coming. You guys, sometimes people say like, well, what the hell are you doing this for, Melissa? Like, why do you keep doing it? You know, like it's like you don't get paid, you know, is there going to be any money involved, whatever. We do this because we love you. We enjoy spending time with you because of the people that you are, and we know that you are like us and wanting to help others. And there's still a chance for us to reach a lot more people and bring them on, pull them on the boat with us, so to speak, right? There, you know, even though the prices and things are going up now, man, we're still so freaking early. And the more people that we can educate, the better. And like we were talking with Brad earlier, the fact that we're entering into this as it's being built, and there's so many people that are giving this attention, we do have a chance to create a world that we want to see. Collectively together, we can make things the way that we want, and we can call them out on things where they're falling short, and insist that they build things that work for us. And if they don't, I mean, we're building things ourselves anyway that we can use. So you know, everything from your own wallet, your own ID, to IMU TV and hosting independent artists and musicians, and, you know, shows like ours where the users can watch for free, or they can choose to become pro members. But everything's shifting, and we're playing an incredible part in it. And if you guys are just now dipping a toe, you can hop on board with us and dip a toe too. So again, we want to thank you guys for coming. Please come back, like, share, and subscribe. We're here on every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. And we look forward to seeing you guys next week. Have a good rest of your night. Love you all.